This is Mad Apple Xstream, live from the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company in Appleton, Wisconsin. Get ready for the extreme in pool entertainment. Welcome to the King of the Hill.
Here we are, Friday night.
Back again.
Friday night. Oh, you're up really tall. Did you have your chair set really high? Or
Yeah, I guess so. It's better this way.
Here for the King of the Hill match every Friday night here at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company. This is Kendal Quickfire Cook, and I am in the booth with M.H. Potting Penglase.
Thank you, Kendal.
What's going on? I got to try and raise my chair here. I feel it towered over.
Just get rid of that bottle that's in front of the screen there.
Oh, that's better.
Just get rid of those empties that are sitting on my window.
Oh, you got line of sight there. All right, so Duncan, you got the first break here. Must have won the leg. They are playing on brand new diamond tables, replaced just last Saturday.
That's right, with brand new cloth and brand new balls. Back to Simonis 860 HR.
Well, I'll tell you, this is not a real wide open table. You got a little bit of trouble down there with the 6, the 11, the 13. That whole group, I think. You got to pick out one at a time.
Well, you start with the 6 and
It's a good shot.
and get out. There he goes.
Well, 6 to the 2, though. Got to get the 2.
6 to the 2, right. Friendly little bump on the 11. Keep you right there. He could try and just stop right there, but it's probably a better angle if he lets himself bump the 11.
Oh, nice. Mike Parker in the house. What's going on, Mike? Glad to see you're able to join us tonight.
It's a nice first shot, that. Not only getting on the 2 and getting the 6 out of there, but nudging those two stripes together.
Nice job getting on the 5 there. Tim 15, Duncan 13. Oh, he's picking, Dan Schneider's picking right out of the shoots here. He's picking shots. That's the one thing that I notice spins different than what I'm used to coming off the rails on these new tables. They bank like a dream, by the way. I can't hardly wait to have a bank pool tournament here.
Those
Nobody will mess.
Z-banks are now normal.
Plays right, yeah. Well, nice shot. He didn't get to the 7, so he's going to have to work a little bit harder than he would have liked, but still an open shot to the 3 here.
Yeah, he's got to come with a good stroke on this one.
Chris G. joining us on chat. Good to see you, Chris. He says, holla and Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hello, Mr. G.
Riley's joining us there.
And that was the problem, is the stripes right in the middle of the table.
Well, there you go. Leftover pumpkin pie and pool. What more can you ask for? And our number 1 fan there, Andrew Bundy.
So he hit that 12. He still looks like got a cut shot to save himself on this 7 ball.
You think, huh? We've been staying at the top view here this whole time. That's not cool. Who did that? That's what I yell at Taylor Collar for all the time. I don't think he's got that image.
No?
You?
Oh, he's jacking up, so he's got to spin it. He thinks he may be coming off the rail, or bending around it. Little masse shot.
Oh, boy, that was good effort. It's going to end up leaving him probably in, honestly, one of the best positions he could have left him. He left him in a little bit of a cluster here.
Well, it'd been
tough shots. Easy safety.
Right. And the safety allows you to break the 11 and the 13 up. Doesn't really have any risk of messing this safety up if he just stops there, because there's plenty of stripes in the middle of the table.
Oh, my.
Now, he was...
I think he
played
played that
on
shot.
Can you replay on that?
I can, because I'm really curious what he did.
He was shooting at the pocket, it must have been.
Yeah,
But
looks like it.
that being said, why didn't he get closer to the pocket?
I'm not sure. Well, Tim's going to get down and shoot this, but I'm going to save it and take a look unless Tim does something worthwhile of a replay. Oh, nope. All right, so I am curious, though. I want to go back
Yeah.
to 5 time. I'm going to go back and we're going to look at what he actually shot here.
So yeah, he's just shooting the 10 on the side, and he must.
Yeah, he hit the 13. I think
Nicked
he.
it
I
on the way
think he
through,
just
yeah.
convinced himself he had it. I don't know that he had
Yeah.
it. He's got a little bit of trouble. He's got to get to the offside of the 7 there.
Yeah, it's tougher to play safety here, so there's more importance on making a ball here, and he doesn't really have a good shot. Not an easy one. Because I don't think he can shoot either of those strike balls into the 12 or the 15.
Oh, he's going. Okay. Well, sorry. I
Oh,
played
okay.
this
Safe behind the 14. Yeah, he didn't like his offensive. He didn't really have a good shot there.
That's a good shot unless Tim can jump.
Well, yeah. And, of course, getting out's always better than playing safe if the guy's got a ball hanging over the pocket, because...
Mr. Like, happy Thanksgiving to you, too. Wait, isn't it over? Might as well be saying Merry Christmas.
Thanksgiving. Happy the day after Thanksgiving. Happy
Yeah.
Black Friday to you, Mr. Like.
There we go.
And so, yeah, Duncan knew that he doesn't have the simple one-rail kick shot.
Yeah. I think he might be able to shorten that up between the 15 and the 11, maybe.
To shoot, just miss the 11 and hit the end rail right next to the corner pocket and
I just
draw it.
Yeah, I just don't know if it helps you.
Draw off the rail.
I think you're going to be hooked. I think here, if you jump it, you can run down the rail and shoot the 8 kitty corner there.
Yeah, and he's got his jump cue out.
Just got to pretend you're going to draw this ball. That's really what you want to do.
And tough part, keeping the cue ball on the table here.
Be a good view.
Need to use a good contact on the 7 to save the cue ball.
Oh, look at that shot.
Well, that
Puts it down. Is he going to get another jump shot?
unfortunate. I'll take one of them and then put it in the to-go box, please. Just one piece of chicken. Thank you.
Well, he made it. He kept the cue ball on the table, and he made it. Just unfortunately ended up right behind that wall, so he's going to keep it out here. The nice thing here is he does have a point on the 12 that he can aim at. You know, that definitely helps.
And the cue ball's a lot safer on this one. He's not going to scratch because of those stripes.
Well, no hit. So we're going to give up ball in hand for the second time this rack. Fred Renner, what's going on, buddy? Had a successful Thanksgiving, I saw on Facebook, so that's good. Roland, what's going on?
What's a successful Thanksgiving? What, beat the Indians again or what? No.
Jeez. You Brits.
Managed to eat that plate of turkey and mashed potatoes like I was planning. Good job.
I don't know, man, but I did like a traditional turkey thing where I stuffed it with sage and thyme and all this other stuff. It took freaking forever.
Poor old turkey.
Yeah. Did you have tofu or whatever that stuff is?
No, we had turkey, mashed potatoes.
Well, Duncan, I think, is going to get a nice little warm-up here with all these balls set out. Just got to watch this your little funny angle. Uh-oh. You had to watch that a lot, I guess. He's off the ball, so I don't know that he's pushing it in the hole either.
A little bit close to that, isn't he?
Just a touch. I want to thank everybody for joining us. You guys must be doing a great job sharing already because we're numbers just keep going up, and they should. We're going to have a good match here between one of our Hall of Fame players, Duncan Kaufman, who's our current reigning king.
So he's got this in the
Safe,
side pocket.
Oh, he did play it.
Yep.
Wow. Well, that's definitely worth seeing again, I think. I think it must be
Played
the second set of eyes he has. He has another set on top of his head. He looks like you in that.
And that's actually a better place for a pool player, isn't it? Up top instead of down on your face where they usually are.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
He's just jumping up. He doesn't quite look quite right.
First match. Is that going to set the tone for this match? big turning point. First rack.
Well, they got all their misses out this first rack, that's for sure. And Tim takes it down, straight in 8-ball. Duncan can be happy he at least had shape on the 8.
Well, it's not much to be happy about, is it, really, if you miss your ball?
Mark Bell. What am I, chopped liver? What's up, MH, says Mark Bell.
What's up, Mark Bell?
What's up, Ding? Todd Foles, let's go, Tim. Well, you just saw him take down the first one, so good rooting. You got to change out these logos here and there, I think.
All right, we're going to get first look here at Tim's break. Straight into the side pocket.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm really glad I didn't put up his player profile after that break. It been short-lived.
And they opened up really nicely.
They did. He hit him well. Yeah, I don't see. I mean, the 7 and the 10 are little, right? 7, 10, 5.
Start with the 7 because those are your problems for solids, or you could start with the 11 or the 15. And Stripes doesn't really have problems.
The 9, kind of, maybe. You could just go 9.
Start
all three,
with the 9. Yeah.
One pocket. 9, 15, 11, all in the same pocket. I don't know if I like that shot. Truthfully.
In between, isn't he, really? Probably wanted to take the 13 out right away.
14. So
and
roll up here, 14 on the side, and slide up past the 6 to the 15 or the 11. I don't think the 9 goes.
Yeah, and that's probably why I would have shot the 9 first. With ball in hand.
Eric Korb, what's going on?
You'd have to describe this as a sort of a recovery shot. It's awkward, this, isn't it? Is he still hoping to get on the 13?
No, probably coming up table.
Actually, looking at the 13 from where I sit in the commentary box, it actually goes past the 7.
Oh, yeah, look at that. There is room.
You'd never be able to tell by looking at that overhead view, would you? Unless you took out a straight edge or a ruler.
Like to use
which
paper.
does work. Yeah,
Tim didn't score his game. Did we not show him how to do that? I don't even know if they had their stuff in there, do they?
I'll
they do.
run out.
Oh, yeah, Tim's got it now.
Yeah.
It's up there.
The other way to check if a ball goes is if you're watching this on a phone or a tablet, you can actually look from the side of your tablet instead of looking directly at the screen and orientate it so you look down on that ball and you can see if it goes past. From the overhead view, that was. Now that we changed it, you can't do it. But
yeah, do you want? I'll put
go back to the overhead view.
All right. Well, we're gonna
and all these people out there.
We're gonna include the side view.
Okay.
So.
You can look from the edge of your phone in line with the shot. So if the question is, does the 13 go past the 7?
I don't know what's going on with Duncan. He just looks really rushed. Looks like I look every time I play on the stream. It's just not staying down. I don't know if it's rushed. He's jumping up a little bit. Not used to seeing that out of him.
Long shot on the 5 ball.
Tim with an opportunity to go up here early in this match. 2-0 with an open table here.
Yeah, it just needs to, as he rolls this 3 ball in, get an appropriate angle on the 1 ball so he can go across table.
I think you
for
go
the
to the
6 on the
6 right
side.
now, honestly.
Do you?
I think so. Let's just miss the 8.
And then you have to get from the 1 to the 8.
Yeah, that's the side pocket for the 8, though, right?
And if you do leave the 6 till last, you have to get straightish on it. Otherwise, it's tough to get on the 8.
I kind of almost like going to the 6 here. Right?
As long as
see what Tim thinks. He's down there.
The 8 ball and 9 don't get kind of in the way.
Oh, he slow rolled it. He took for the 1. I don't know if that's... Well, he ended up okay, I think. He's still got it.
Flirting with danger there.
Yeah, he does. Like you said, he's got to get kind of straight in on this 6 to be able to have a good shot for the 8. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit tough.
Yeah, I mean, tough part number 1 is making the 6 ball.
Try and scratch on the other side. That's the goal here.
So just a simple roll shot. He's got it.
Yeah, I wouldn't draw this.
Play in the corner, right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Yep. Corner pocket. I bumped it, but he came out okay. He's still got the shot. I think it gave him enough separation. Oh, look behind me. Here, let's fix that. I think it's this one. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Bingo, bango, bongo. Keep cramming my headphones into the microphone. It's probably not great. How was your Thanksgiving?
Lovely, relaxing. Except for the fact that when I asked my son, when he found out I didn't have to work, he said, "Oh, you can hang out with us." I'm like, "Okay, where are you going to hang out?" And he's like, "The Mad Apple."
Nice.
The one day
right
that I didn't have to come here, I came here anyway.
It's just the kind of place it is. I want to thank everybody for joining us here at Mad Apple Xstream. We are at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company right here on West College Avenue in Appleton, Wisconsin. It is the day after Thanksgiving or Black Friday, so hopefully everybody got their shopping deals done. If not, if you need a pool one, get a hold of MH. He's also the pro shop manager here at the Mad Apple.
Yeah, had a busy day in the pro shop today.
Yeah. All right, well, I don't know if he hit those that good. They just don't seem to be busting up. I was watching these guys break before, and they were shattering them. He did make one, however.
At least they didn't scratch this time. But yeah, a lot of balls still down there close to the rack area. I'd be tempted to whack the 1 ball in and just sort of re-break a little bit. I know that's not the smart way to do it, is it? But
Avenue Auto says he hears that there's hot action here tonight on the pool table. Wait, I must have misread that. But we're here for the King of the Hill tonight. If we go on a player break, we'll promote that one.
Popping these balls open.
Well,
don't forget to make the object ball. Well, he's tied it up even worse. The 8 ball now is buried. So we'll see what kind of plan Duncan can come up with here.
On the Hill says, "Go Tim," watching from Branson, Missouri. Is that On the Hill Todd?
Yes. Yep, that is. Yep, he
right.
told me he was in Missouri.
Nice. Oh, my goodness. He didn't play like that last week, did he? Or 2 weeks ago?
No, and in a position like this, it's almost like you're almost happy to let your opponent shoot first. Of course, that's risky, isn't it?
Friendos, I like that one. What's going on,
2,
Jeff?
3,
How are you?
5, 6, 7.
Said, "Good evening, friendos."
Well, good evening.
It's a new term.
To mystical.
Jeff was here a little earlier playing with Dan Coppins.
So it is still open. Well, it's tough now, isn't it? He wanted to bust that 8 ball out. The stripes are all very nice, but...
Can you hit the 6 straight enough, still make the 3, and come back and break in between those two?
Just nudge in between the 8 and the 14.
He's not going to, so I guess there's no point to that question.
He's got to do something.
Well, I don't know. It kind of go. You could bank it, And as good as these tables bank. Did I mention how good these tables bank?
Well, they don't. It doesn't get trapped short the way I think. I always think the old ones used to trap the cue ball a little bit. And
man, we're
catch
rocking in Missouri for crying out loud. Riley's from Missouri too. Hello from Joplin. I remember that from last week actually.
So he's leaving the 6 ball over the corner there. He may be able to use the 6.
Right now.
Either that, or if he does like the bank shot, you use the 6 to get position. But, yeah, from that kind of angle, if you do want to break it,
I think now's the time.
This is pretty much it.
You got a ball for the bottom corner
Yeah.
left. You got a ball for the bottom corner right. You got a ball for the side pocket.
And that's
so
right.
If you right?
You do it as soon as you can, while you still have, exactly, object balls to shoot at next.
See, I was going to suggest taking the 5 out of there, but I like coming off the rail first for the 6 right here to get over for that break better.
Is there another way to break it?
Well, he's trying to get a better angle.
Break it with the 7.
Oh, this is a good shot here, too. Fine. Okay, Tim, you win. Better pattern.
This just might work.
Yeah, I like it.
3 rails or 2 rails into the 8 ball.
Oh, he didn't do it? Now I'm confused.
Well,
Unless he just thinks he's just going to bank the 8.
Yeah,
maybe
he might
that's
be.
The plan.
Or if he plays that 6 ball as a break shot but plays it super soft and just nudges in between the 8, that might be even better. What we're going to find out right now.
Nikki says, let's go Tim from Nicklers in Gulf Shores.
Yeah.
Is that Alabama? A-L? Holy cow, he's got people all over rooting for him.
So he touched his finger on a spot on the rail, which tells you he's setting for a bank shot here.
There it is. Perfect. Have I mentioned that these tables bank amazingly?
We're about to find out.
They really do. They're 100% accurate. And it's actually why we ended up with all brand new diamonds.
Hey, I was telling people that it's probably the main reason, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just because of the way those other diamonds bank funny. And there it is.
Played it the whole time, never a doubt. So
well,
good shot there by Tim,
nice
going
shot.
up 3-0. What's up, Mr. Magger? All right, we gotta. Let's see. There they are. Tim with another break after another win. So 3-0, race to 15, 8 ball, playing against Duncan Kaufman, our current king. He's got 2 under his belt. He's going for his silver coin today. Tim is just...
It's interesting though, isn't it?
Not breaking.
The ones... None of them open up as good as the one where he scratched straight in the side pocket.
Right.
It's like you just hit it better and harder. And after scratching like that, you're a little fearful of scratching and you hit it different. But it hasn't left anything for Duncan at all.
Kick shot 13 cross side if you're going offensive. But I mean defensive. How do you?
I mean, there is no safety either here. I mean, unless you can.
I mean, maybe leave it down in the bottom right corner there. Possibly.
Just push that in, another ball into the pack.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's definitely left shots.
Ah.
Three ball.
It's a joke. Left shots at 3 ball. Tim Schotz?
Tim Schotz?
Yeah.
Oh, Schotz.
Left shots.
That's good, isn't it?
Oh.
What a good pool player name.
Yeah.
Schotz. So I'd be hitting this one pretty hard.
Trying to re-break. Look at the
But I've
speed on
noticed
that ball.
The better players pick stuff off.
I don't know. You can't. It's tough to pick off here. You
Well, one
gotta
of the 5,
start moving
yeah.
something.
I would like to have sent the cue ball into their work close to that 8 ball on that shot. If you'd nudged into that pocket there in the middle of the rack, I think they would have popped open. But you'd had a lot of stripes in your way, but he still does. But the last rack, it's the same story, wasn't it? He picked him off and played gentle, controlled shots and showed us he had a way to run out. And in hindsight, that's better than my blast away type tactics, I think. But doesn't mean I'm going to change, does it?
You can say you say that. See there, you played your shot with no result.
There you go. And the only thing you have to make sure is that the 8 ball doesn't go in.
Thank God these tables bank amazingly.
No
Because he's
result.
going to have to play the 1-ball bank here, I think.
Yeah. And if he can, draw back for a shot on the long 2 ball.
Holy cow, you're not asking much. I think the 5 might go off the 15 up there. If you just play the nice little stun bank. Slide off the 14. Oh, I didn't see the 6. Jeez.
Yeah, you got the 6, but the 2 ball is going to be an issue.
Well, the next shot in general is going to be the issue, I think, if you don't bank the 1. You don't lose anything. Well, except for you break up the only ball that's stopping him, too,
right.
I guess.
If you don't get out.
I'll tell you, right now, the balls that Duncan's missed, I think I'd be taking a chance. I don't know. You know, you don't see Duncan miss those very often, so.
Yeah, the 6 ball sort of doesn't seem to lead to much.
Yeah, nothing. That's why he's not shooting it yet. And it's a tough shot, so he looks like he's playing safe.
It's going off the edge, yeah. Oh, he did play it to a pocket.
Did he call it?
Wow. No, he didn't.
No, okay.
For a moment there. He didn't really gain anything positionally shooting it that way either, but the safety was never really going to be that strong.
Duncan's going to just try and roll him up on the 8 here.
Yeah, he's definitely giving Duncan a chance to play a good safety.
Holy cow, I'm missing all kinds of stuff. What's up, Shaq? Safe. Come on, Tim.
Lovely little use of
shot.
Spin to zing down. Get close to the 8.
7-4,
That puts
6.
solids in a spot of bother.
Spot of bother.
Stripes have all the control here. Yes, there's that one cluster with the 14 and the 1, but Stripes have lots of options. And you just can't afford to let Stripes in, but I don't know how you're not going to.
Oh, I like that.
Draw the cue ball back behind the 8.
He tried. I mean,
Yeah, it's
ended up on the rail, so. And he
that might be as good as you could have done, but it may not be enough.
tied the 10 up a little bit. I don't know. I look at that as a win overall. Definitely didn't help the matter for Duncan.
Right. I mean, you didn't have many better options. But
Just depends on which one you can see here, the 15 or the 9. I'm
yeah,
not sure.
and Duncan's got all the control here. No matter what Duncan does here, even if he makes a hash of this shot, he's not really selling out.
I made it. I'm just saying, you got to think safety here pretty quick if you're not planning.
Right.
I mean, come over for the 11 here to break the 14.
Yeah,
you
I
got
like
the
that.
10 in the same pocket.
I like that because
Oh.
the 10
Well, this isn't bad either, though. You can come around this 210 right now and break into the 14 that way. Come off the 13.
yeah, and the 10 ball goes.
Yeah, the
if
10 goes in
if
the
the
same
cue ball
pocket,
sticks there.
Yeah, I like that. I don't know if that's what he's going to do, but yep, perfect.
That's exactly
he
what he's
couldn't
going to
hit
do.
that any better, and I think he got. Did he get it? Or
If
not?
he got frozen and can't get the 10, then he's really unlucky.
It is close.
Hit that well. I think he's got
can
it.
Sneak a peek here. Oh, he's got it. Yeah. We'll go back to the other. Well, we can still see it. All right, he's starting to look a little better. Just finish this rack out. Run this ball down to the corner. Stop it for the 11 in the sidewise. You got to come back maybe just a touch for the 11. Could get tricky. Just be able to halfway between where the 14 is, or sorry, that's the 12, where the 12 is and the cue ball right now. Just there.
Draw
Jeez.
back a perfect amount. Yeah,
I mean,
just
just
get
right.
nice and straight on this 11.
Yeah. Nice shot there by Duncan.
Straight
Good
enough.
control. This is the first week on these tables for both these players. Neither one of these players have played on them, obviously, because they're brand new.
Yep. And change of cloth. And when we did switch, because we had Championship Tour Edition on all the tables previously. Before that, it was Simonis, but when we did switch to Championship Tour Edition, we really didn't get much feedback, meaning nobody was really complaining about the difference.
Yeah, but now that this is back, everybody definitely is commenting. Happily.
Well,
very much.
Happy about the bank shots, probably.
Well, the banks and just the control of the table. That championship, it's good cloth, but I'm telling you, it's not as controllable. This is consistent speed all the time. I don't feel like the other one is quite as consistent. All right, so good job by Duncan there, taking one down. So going to be 1 game Duncan, 3 games Tim. Race to 15, 8 ball they got going on tonight. Guys are live with us. We got all our sponsors there running in the upper right, so just keep an eye on those. We want to thank everybody that supports us here. Well, he made a lot of balls on that break. What did he make there? 1, 2, 3.
2.
Well, looked like more than that, but 2's a lot compared to what we've been watching. So, let's see.
So he really wants to take stripes, not solids here. That's why he's going to hoping to get past the 6 and shoot the 9. He's got a shot on the 6, but he's not going to take it.
What does he line up? The 9 then? 9 on the side?
Yeah, 9 on the side, but I think he's might have to bend it a fraction.
Oh. He hooked it just right. Drew it right into the side pocket.
Yeah, and he did not have to bend it. He shot that. With outside English, which actually would have bent it the wrong way, but he hit it hard enough it didn't really bend.
Yeah.
Draw shot with outside spin.
All right, so Tim with the opportunity here, up 3-1. He's got ball in hand, open table. I don't know.
So
He's going to play this off the rail, off 13, I guess.
Wow.
It's a good shot, really. I mean, it is trapped in the hole. You can see.
Because it's open, you could actually play a slight, put the cue ball down.
Run into the 7 is what he.
Okay, that was a good shot.
Well, I don't know if it was.
Yeah,
I think he wanted to be the other side of the 7.
Yeah, and the 13 has gone obviously into trouble. That's the problem with that shot. Is
you know, CRF, it's funny you say that because we kind of interrupted that conversation on our own, but we were talking about cloth, and the cloth that's
nice shot.
A great shot. I told you these tables bank amazing.
Still not too happy. He was hoping that something would happen to 13 there.
Anyways, he asked what I think about Andy cloth, and I wouldn't be able to answer that except for when I went to Florida. One of the pool rooms that we stopped at had Andy cloth on it. And I liked it.
I haven't heard anything bad about it. I've heard people talk about it, but we don't. It
plays as similar to this as anything.
I've not installed it. I've never played on it.
Because what I did notice is the same thing that I noticed about this, is that it is just slightly slower. You know, it's
so he's thinking about this
controllable.
Bank shot to recover.
Another one.
He doesn't really like it there.
This one's tougher. Again, an old table, an old diamond, I think this bank is easier. Well, he decided to play safe. Kind of got an extra kiss out of that.
He wasn't playing safe there, was he?
What was he playing? I don't know
I think he just got
what he would have been playing to make.
I think he was hoping to bank the 13, and I think he knew it had to go long and fall off the far point.
No chance. He didn't hit it hard enough for that, I don't think.
Just hard enough to get to the pocket. You got a replay on that one, do you?
Yeah, I want to look at it. Duncan's about to shoot, but I don't think there's any way that he was going for that shot. Yeah, I just don't think he hit it hard enough. But I could be wrong. Uh-oh.
Saved by the 6 ball?
I don't know. I don't know if I like that either. I was going to say I like safety here. I don't.
No, I think he's going to go for it and cut this 6 ball all the way down and keep going.
Well, one on the side if you're going to go for it.
Oh, yeah, one on the side.
One on the side isn't horrible, and you can play kind of two-way shot here. Only if you're planning to play the 6 next, I guess.
Yeah, you have to hit it harder, don't you, if you're going to try and make it a two-way shot. And
well, what are you playing shape for? I mean, you got to play shape for the 6 then.
You just roll forward.
Yeah, right.
A little
just
bit
make the ball
and cut the 6 in.
Am I playing so scared?
You're saying two-way shot, follow all the way, so somehow the 4 ball hooks him on their 13.
Well, that was my initial statement, but I'm just
Makes
agreeing. Look at he's going to go with your shot.
Yeah, just catch the edge of the 6 ball.
Safe behind the
touch
6.
the rail and stay right there.
Look at that. Whew.
Yeah,
that's tough.
That is. Yeah, that's a killer shot, isn't it?
Brutal. I mean, I have trouble with these. I would usually push this ball too far, but he couldn't hit that any better.
Yeah, it's easy to hit that too hard and leak out. It's easy to hit it too soft and don't get to the rail. So
that's the experience for you.
In order to judge the speed, you have to know exactly how thick you're hitting that 6 ball.
Tim looking at the 2-rail kick. Just short. So Duncan achieving what he wanted. He got ball in hand out of that, so I think he's going to make short work of this rack. 2 and the 5, the 4 and the 5. Those are the first 2 balls you got to kind of think about.
Yeah, I might be tempted to play the 4 in the long corner past the 1.
Right now?
Yeah, and with ball in hand, and then you're on the 5.
I mean, 5, 7, down to the 4. Oh.
Okay, yeah, and he's got an angle on the 7, so he's going to...
Oh, he did? He's going to... I'd go to the 4 now, I think. Almost straight in.
Yeah. Ooh. Caught the stripe a little bit, and that...
It's making it interesting. This looks like my kind of pattern. Going to draw over and put the 4 in after this.
You betcha.
Yeah. That one he hit perfect. Down for the 1 or stay for the 6? Yes.
Either way.
Yep. And he does have it either way. Every one of these have been
6 balls, draw back. Gently controlled draw shot.
I guess depending on my mood,
it's easy to get the speed on this one wrong too, isn't it? He's just okay. He doesn't really mind this, I don't think. Outside English.
Yeah, it's coming around.
Come out wide off 2 rails.
Good shot. Should end this one pretty quick, making it 3 games Tim Schotz, 2 games Duncan Kaufman. There it is. Shot Duncan. All right, take a quick look here at little basics on Duncan. Fargo is 674. He is 60 years old. Prairie du Sac, Wisconsin. Plays with a Jacoby and a Revo shaft, the 12.9. Prefers a Kamui clear soft, and he's been playing for 46 years. So what does that mean? He started when he was 14. And his favorite game is One Pocket, and favorite player, Shane Van Boning.
And I asked Duncan before the match, can you tell me one thing people don't know about you? And he thought for a moment, and then he opened up his phone and started showing me he does woodworking.
Nice.
And he makes models of excavators and diggers and construction
Well,
equipment.
because that's what he did, yeah. He was a excavator.
Oh, so now he makes little models
Well,
of them. And
he operated heavy equipment.
Okay. Well, he's keeping that alive in his hobby.
Well, I'll have to check that out. I haven't seen it. Well, how's everybody doing tonight? Why don't you give a shout out, tell us where you're watching from and who you're rooting for, and maybe even what you think the score is. I don't know. Any of those three. Let's talk about it. I mean, Tim took an early lead, 3-0. Duncan missing a few balls there, kind of getting used to the new table probably.
And so, by choosing stripes, that means he's got some kind of plan to nudge that 14 out. And I was going to say you want an angle on the 10 ball to do it and try and work your way into that. He's ended up with a shot on the 9 ball. It's possible to stun into the 14 with this shot.
I think you're going to end up behind those balls.
Yeah, and you don't end up with there's no clear
Is he shooting
shot next.
He is. It's a great shot. It's just interesting, I think.
Yeah, and that 10 and the 12, you could use them nicely. It would be a lot easier to do if the 7 and the 9 weren't sort of blocking
Gotta go there
a good
now.
portion of the table.
Yeah. So 10 ball here.
He's on the
slide
10.
over into the 14. 9 comes up here past the 2 still.
Past the 4,
Or
does it.
I'm pretty sure it does. If you look at where the cue ball is in line between the 9 and the cue ball right there, he's got room to go over yet. He's looking.
In order to get nicely on the 9 ball, you have to really get an accurate hit on this 2 ball.
You could get lucky and get on the 14 too. Oh.
So he's going to shoot the 10 and get a nice little kiss on the 2.
Good shot. He ended up straight in on the 9 there.
That'll work too.
Knoxville, Tennessee. I came across your channel about 6 months ago and been watching ever since. Well,
how about that?
Nice to have you, Sam. Appreciate it.
It's a tester. I feel like the 4 ball might be taking half the pocket. He's bridging over the 1 ball. And
And
those two things combined caused that to happen.
Well, did he leave the 4 open? That's the question. I don't know if that 4 goes.
Yeah, it does.
It's close.
It's got a huge window to get onto it. Does it? Maybe.
All right, so we got Michael Parker saying Duncan all the way, watching from the man cave. I haven't seen any footage out of the man cave in a long time. I don't know if you stopped playing or you just stopped filming, but it was a hot streaming channel for a while there. Mike's
really,
man
Michael
cave.
Parker was
streaming
his home table?
Yeah, for a while.
Awesome.
Yeah. You never saw any of this?
I'll have to check him out. Is it on YouTube?
I don't think he's on YouTube. He was on Facebook.
Okay.
Sean Hanna says he's cheering for Tim Schotz from good old Medford, Wisconsin. And he's guessing 15-13 Tim. Well, I don't know. Was that a good hit?
Yeah, that was a good hit. Of that, I can assure you.
Oh, yeah. Plenty good. Never a doubt. Kind of like the 5 here myself. 5 come across to the 1 next.
And he's digging down here, so he's going around.
Oh, he's going to go forward left.
Oh, he did go around the back of the 2.
Wow. That's a great shot.
It's not out of the woods yet. He's still got another tester of a shot. It looks like he's going to have to shoot the 3 ball, isn't he?
Oh. Well, he wasn't afraid of it. He hit it.
Yeah, and he's given Tim here a nice chance to stay in the lead.
Very nice. So Mike B says he's watching in New York, shooting on a 1964 Irvin K coin-operated table. And he says Duncan for the win, 15-12. Irvin K, you've worked on 1 or 2 of those, haven't you?
I've had a few of them, yep. He's left this awkward over the 5 ball because he needs to get to the bottom of the cue ball. He's hit that really well. This is going to be a good match, folks.
Uh-oh. Can't be happy about that. He ended up short by about 6-8 inches would have been better. Now I think he's got to go 2 rails here.
Well, he's not giving up eyeballing it past the 2 ball yet.
I think so. Let's take a quick look at the shot that got him up on the ball there.
It's a good little stun shot, seeing as how he was so bridging over the 5 ball. He hasn't made his mind up yet either.
Yep, called it. 2 rails.
2 rails.
2 rails down the corner. Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's got to shoot 2 rails now. Bing, bing.
1, 2.
Hit it.
Didn't have the speed. Had a pretty good looking
Man,
line.
That was a great line. I think he made that ball. I know one guy that's happy he didn't. Up to the table now to try and take advantage of these last 5 balls to get himself tied up 3-3. Tim started strong. Duncan's coming back.
And that's 2 bank shots now in a row that he's hit too soft. Counting that one that you didn't think was a bank shot.
No, man, that's not what I hear on your posts from Facebook when you're talking about your league and how you're playing in league. You can't be playing too bad. Mike said he hasn't been playing. He's been at the cabin sloughing off and fishing way too much, so he's not very good at pool anymore. I might have summarized a little bit, but that's pretty much the story. I want to thank everybody for joining us here at Mad Apple Xstream. We are at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company on West College Avenue in Appleton, Wisconsin. So we appreciate everybody chiming in from all over the place. And hope you enjoy what you're watching tonight. Got Duncan Kaufman, one of our Hall of Fame guys, and current king of 2 weeks, trying for his silver coin. That coin is not only beautiful, but it gets him 10% off every time he's here at the Mad Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Including cues and all that kind of good stuff. Yep. So, all right, great job there, Mr. Micheloni. What's going on? Duncan by 4, he says. So he's predicting 15-11.
Well, he got to the first part, which is to draw level.
Oh, man, I want to be watching Mike B's screen. He says the new tables and balls look great. streaming to a 65-inch flat screen next to my table.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
So big that you can't even see the whole thing.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. You got to back up. Duncan for the break. First opportunity he's had since the first game to take the lead.
Didn't open up very well there. He hit it absolutely solid and square.
I was watching them break, both of them break earlier, and they were getting really solid, hard breaks. And they both look like they're hitting slugs.
Makes you wonder how good the rack was.
Well, I think that's what it is. That maybe the head ball's fallen off, or because those are they're both breaking head ball break. I think. I don't know. It's kind of a mess.
Yeah, and the cue ball, although he hit the cue ball, solid and square, but it didn't bounce back, which kind of implies that the one ball was kind of all by itself, and you were just hitting one ball. If the rack is rack tight, the cue ball bounces off the rack and goes backwards, even though there's no draw on it. But that one didn't.
I think that's where the term slug comes from, kind of slugs.
Named after the shellless snails.
Yeah. Barely move. At minimum, it was slug-ish. Solid's actually the 2 ball is probably the worst ball in the pack there.
I learned the origin of a phrase the other day, watching a YouTube video. Losing your temper.
Oh.
Any idea what that means or where it came from?
I know what it means, but I don't know where it came from.
It's it was a video about sharpening your machine tools.
Oh.
And if you let your tool, as you're grinding it on the grinding wheel, get too hot, it loses its temper, which means its hardness related to heat.
Now I can't relate that to what we use it for, though.
Well, it is. I mean, you lose your sharpness, you lose your hardness by getting too hot. So it kind of is appropriate. Try not to lose your temper.
John Mager, 248 at Walmart.
You get too hot and lose control.
Yeah, you don't want to buy those $248 TVs. They'll last you like 6 months, unless you turn it off every 5 minutes. Loose racks. Riley, I would agree. Must be loose. Guys, if you haven't done so yet, do us a favor. Take that YouTube link and just hit the little share button. Take and copy that link over to your Facebook page. Share first. Let's get this thing spread around. We do kind of depend on you guys to do that for us. Just don't care for Facebook.
Is Duncan shooting solids or stripes here?
He's shooting at solids. Stripes. So he's shooting the 14. Yep.
All right. I was wondering, if you had that kiss.
Yeah, if you remember,
that deserves
a break.
replay. That one.
If you remember, right after the break, I had questioned 14 off the 10, and that's the shot that he just shot.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Opened everything up.
Nick Like wants to thank you for your explanation.
Well, thank you for thanking me for that.
Right. Oh, yeah, I like that. I like that synopsis of the definition. He says, if you lose your temper, you become brittle or weak.
That's right.
Well, it's kind of... I think as much as you want to try and go down table, I don't know that you do because you're going to get in trouble.
Unless you get a nice little kiss.
Yeah. Almost, though. You almost got too straight on that ball, and then you push it straight down table, and you're shooting a tougher shot. This works out well. He can come up for the 9 next.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. Using that soft, sweet outside English to stop the cue ball flying down table with too much speed.
Dig down here, come over to the side rail, and back out for the 11. Unless you want to shoot the 11, then you could shoot the 11, draw over for the 9 in the side next. He's debating both. Who's walking through the middle of the god darn thing? That's all right.
Could just roll this in and bump the 7. Oh, he's playing the 9 anyway. Yeah, that's as bad. He's just going to draw. No. Oh, round the 11. Look at that.
Oh.
And look how long that took to hit. That was 1, 2, 3.
Crazy.
He hit 4 points on that. He hit both jaws twice. Do we have a replay on that one, Kendal?
Right after he shoots this 8.
You don't very often see a ball hit the jaw 4 times. I knew that was going in too. When I saw it sitting there, I knew it was going in.
I don't know if I knew it was going in.
God. All right, let's take a little look at this shot. But sweet to go around the 11 there. Bang. Wow, it really did wait, didn't it?
Yes, it did, yeah.
It really did wait.
Almost stopped.
Incredible.
Well, he's happy with that. Going to take him to the lead here at 4-3. Tim started out with a 3-game lead.
That 9 ball there, highlight of the match so far.
Depending on whose side you're on, I guess. A couple of pretty good shots on the other side of that. I'm sure Duncan will take it as a highlight, though. Amazing group of people here. Sharing the stream. Thank you guys very much for that. And you're going to fall just short on that break. Leaving Tim with a wide open table. And
Haven't seen a lot of Tim in the last few racks, have we?
no, not really.
First 3 racks, it was all Tim. So it's got to make a statement with this rack here.
Sometimes you have so many choices, you just got to...
Yep. You get paralyzed trying to figure out which is the right one. And I used to feel that way, and I freed myself from that. But as soon as I find one that I see works, if it works, go for it. You only need to find. You only need to find
really
one good way.
Shot on stripes, does he?
Yeah, and you don't really like solids.
He's looking
mainly
at this
because of the
combination because he wants stripes. So I think that's probably a good choice. Let's see if he can put her down. Oh, didn't even get it on the double kiss. I thought it had a chance. I'd be guessing, but I think it's 3 seconds. Yeah? 3 second rule, or is that just when you drop food on the floor?
For what?
How long a ball can hang.
Oh, how long a ball can hang?
Yeah, I think once you leave the table.
Yeah, that's it.
Is what the rule is.
So it's not a real time, but I mean, how long can it take?
Right. As soon as you get up from the table and walk away as though you've given up on it.
Yeah, if your opponent has control of the table, it falls, and then that's more of an act of God and gets respotted, doesn't it?
Of who?
An act of Mother Nature.
God.
Gravity. Blame it on Newton.
Newton works. Well, I can say, though, as an overall statement, I have been very impressed with all of these tables. The consistency in them is crazy. Everyone plays just like the next.
He's playing for a very small window there.
Yeah, he didn't quite get it.
Hasn't got the speed. Just so you were saying about the tables now. New cloth.
Don't blame that on me. He hit it bad.
New rubbers. No, you just got to gauge the speed of new equipment.
Well, not that I would ever want to go back to that, but that's part of what made great players back, I think, like in the 80s, is you all played on crap equipment. It just didn't matter. Wow, look at that shot.
Beautiful little massé.
Holy cow.
Yeah, in the 1800s, before rubber, they had sort of cotton padding in the rails, and the pros of the day would practice trying to run out in straight pool. It was without using the rails. You never really wanted to pick a pattern where you had to use the rails. So if you get the right angle on every ball, you don't need to go to a rail.
Did you ever see that where they take the rails off?
Yeah. And play what? Trick shots? Oh, you mean...
Same idea.
Take the cloth off the rails?
No, there's no rails.
No rails at all. Okay, so you absolutely can't use a rail.
You just have a flat slate with pockets that hang out.
And then what? Can you still whack it into the pocket? The pocket's got a back to it, does it?
No back. Everything's got to get rolled.
It just falls off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can shoot a ball in any direction and score, right?
Would be good if it was backed. Uh-oh. Well, he did get it. Caught the edge.
Yeah,
and straight in on the 8.
And he had to hit it that soft, didn't he? Couldn't risk any more speed on the cue ball.
All right, Tim's got to get something going here. He's let Duncan come back 5 games in a row to take a 5-3 lead in this race to 15 on our King of the Hill match here at the Mad Apple Xstream. Sell any pool tables on Black Friday?
No, we just sold a lot of cues and pool table service work.
Yeah, that's...
Now, let's see if Duncan racked these balls good.
Well, he made one.
So he was going on the second ball there. They actually snicked the head ball first.
Well, you kind
of sometimes that works out. You lose the cue ball and you risk it flying off, but sometimes that helps them open up.
Well, and there's nothing that's a problem here, really. It's got stripes all the way.
He was playing a solid kiss. I was going to say a kiss on the 8 ball, but he really wanted to hit it solid.
I think you still stay up here.
So the key to this now, whenever he chooses to play it, now or later, is using the 15 to get on the 14.
15 to 14 right now would be my call, unless he's...
And he can do it later, because if he does manage to get nice on
then.
it, yeah, then 8 balls after that. But and that general rule of thumb where you say, deal with your problems first as soon as you can. But there's exceptions to every rule. And the more accurate and more precise and the better quality the player, the more comfortable they are leaving that solution because they feel they're going to actually hit it right. And you can feel confident doing it. The real key here is what angle. You've got to decide what angle you want on the 15. He's actually left himself awkward on these 2 balls, it looks like.
A little bit.
So I wanted to miss that 13.
This one's getting awkward.
Yeah.
LJ just said Duncan found his gear. Glitch.
Yeah, and the wheels just fell off.
Yeah.
So needs a good recovery shot on this 13. He's got a pocket for it.
I'm not even going to try that last name. Ken says, go Duncan. And I wonder what new rails and felt go for on a 9-foot table.
Well,
depends on... He's from New York. Look at this shot. Oh,
wow.
He's not going to get that one to wiggle in like he did the 9 earlier. It's not the worst spot for it, though.
Yeah, it depends on which cloth. And mileage to New York is going to be quite steep.
Yeah. Replacing rails is what, like $300, right?
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Just
On a 9-foot, it's probably a little more than that. But
and then cloth for a 9-foot, it's another $500.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, you're probably looking
Not
at
much.
$1,000 to replace all the rubber and the cloth. Pretty close.
Plus $1 per mile.
Right. Well, Tim's got to get some movement on either one of these two balls, either the 7, the 6, or the 13. Anything to change that up down there.
Yeah, I was going to say, is he going to try and make both balls here?
Got 13 out of there.
Open
And
the
he's got a
pocket.
nice shot here
If
inside
he's on
pocket.
the 7,
Yeah,
that worked out really, really well. That was a great shot. Opened the pocket up for the 6 ball.
Well, that's good. Tim needed to get something rolling here because after those first 3 games, he hasn't had much going his way. Ended up a bit short on that shot, too, so he's definitely struggling to get rolling here.
He may go 2 extra rails here. Oh, he's shooting the 5.
Also, guys, thanks for joining us, but do us a favor. Those subscriptions really help us, so if you could take the time to just hit that subscribe button, we do appreciate that. It is definitely what helps us keep these streams running for free. That's good speed there from Tim. Nice controlled shot, stayed on the 5.
I'd like to get close to this 6 to make his next draw shot easier.
I think I like an angle and I come around for that shot.
Okay.
Go forward around those balls. Oh, he's playing right now.
Yeah, he thought he was laying down just to check the angle.
I don't know
Well,
about
if it
that
works.
choice, but if it works, it
If it-
works.
that's right.
Couldn't disagree. He just feels like he feels awkward. He's just coming short on balls, like halfway in between shots a little bit. I know that feeling. I've been there many times.
But the games he won, he made some really nice outs
There
where he
it
needed
is.
good
Good job.
touch and good feel.
Yeah. Lisa Heckman, good to see you. Shared, thank you very much. Did you like, though? Did you like?
What if she doesn't like?
Maybe she doesn't. Then that's pretty sadistic, then, if she shares it. Share something you don't like, just to be mean. Always a pleasure to have you. I see more and more posts from Lisa. I'm friends with her on Facebook now.
Oh, yeah? What about?
All kinds of things. It's all just a blur, but I just know I see her come up in my feed quite a bit. It's an exciting virtual world we live in. Pictures of flat people everywhere.
So Tim is moving over to the edge of the edge and is breaking now from the same place that Duncan broke. This is also a second ball break.
Did he make one?
No.
Christensen overhead cam here. Well, Tim taking down a desperately needed game. So he got to 4. Now he's only down by 1 game to Duncan. Duncan with his choice here in this open table after a dry break from Tim. It looks like he's going to choose stripes. 9 ball go past the 2.
Yeah, let me get me straight edge out.
Oh, yeah, that'll work. Oh, boy. I don't know if I would have set for the 11 in the side, but very creative. Nick, we did, or at least I had a good Thanksgiving, and MH professed to have one also.
Yep, that's very nice.
Hope yours was great, too.
It was relatively pleasant.
Relative to what?
Relative to having a really good time. not enough tequila.
So playing safe here, I think. Just going to try and stick him on the end rail. I worked harder than that.
Well, it's not safe.
It is definitely not.
11 ball gone in and nestled in with the 1 ball. Making the run out here on solids tricky. Maybe if he shoots this 3 ball in and gets some kind of nice angle on the 5, he might be able to solve his problem.
Well, that's all very nice, Nick. Thank you very much. I'll summarize. He says, make sure you go and subscribe. He also says that he appreciates watching the games and listening to the commentary because it's rekindled his interest in playing the game.
Wow.
And taking his game to the next level. And I love that we can be part of that in any way, so thank you. That's why we're here. This is a great game.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is there's so many different ways to approach it. And Tim has shown us he likes to pick things off rather than bump into them. And it is possible that the 7 and the 1 ball both do actually have pockets. They're sort of longer pockets if you can get the cue ball underneath them. And he's in perfect position here on the 5 to get underneath them. So he may be getting himself straight.
Yeah,
on
ideally
the
he would have wanted a little more angle so he could have got on the 1 here instead of the 7.
And maybe the 1 goes past the 14.
It could. It's possible.
I actually think it does now, so if he gets on the 7 ball here, he may be good.
Oh, he did have enough to stun over there. Nice shot.
Stun run through. Perfect that was. He might have been trying to get on the 1, you're right. And he's gone far enough that he does have a shot on the 1.
Yeah, now I don't know if you want it, though. Now I think he's better off.
It all depends if you like the 1 past the 14. Because then you can leave it. But you have to get on some kind of shot next. The 2 and the 6 are up table. Shooting this sort of cut shot on the 1 ball into the long corner.
7 on the side after.
Yeah, and he may have to bump the 7.
Yeah, he could. I think he can hold it, though. We just talked about him not liking to bump balls.
Right. So he's playing the 1.
I think he can just slide this over. He is going forward. He is going to run
just
into the 7.
A little tap. Yeah, you've definitely got to be careful with this tap. And
I don't think he's going to like that.
If he's going to hit it gently, he has to
honestly.
get on the 7 because he's not really going to be on the others. And that's exactly right. That's what he's done.
Well,
and he's played it perfectly. That's beautiful. Really controlled the 7. He knew the 7 was going to have to be his next ball. And he's ended up with a lovely little angle to get wherever he wants.
Oh.
Stun across.
It's a good shot.
And now he's going to be thinking about when he shoots this 2, leaving an angle on the 6 ball because he's got to go all the way to the other end of the table to get a shot on the 8 ball in the side pocket, presumably. So he's going to shoot the 6 first.
Yeah. Oh, he's not going to be happy about that shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had it worked out. I tell you, he had some nice shots in there.
Yeah, if he'd cut that just a little bit more, he'd have been higher up on that 2 ball, and he would have had a nice stun angle to Z across the middle of the table for the 8 ball in the side pocket. But
Duncan going to play up for the 11 in the side after this 13, I think.
Yeah, the 9. You got to think about the 9 ball here. You might wonder if you just don't mind shooting this 9 right now in the side pocket, just do it. Alternatively, give yourself a nice angle and go up for it.
I don't like it here, though. I think you go to the 14 here next.
I would have considered shooting the 9 right away there, because I think that was a makeable shot.
Honestly, if you're straight on the 14, you shoot the 14 in the corner, then you come all the way back down table. Oh, the 6 is there. Never mind.
Yes, what? You are just not making any sense right now.
I know. Well, I was going to say 14 and then 15 down in where the 6 is hanging, but I didn't see the 6
okay.
hanging.
Back to basics.
You can play through the 6.
You could shoot it, yeah. Might not be your number one choice. And
This is going to come out okay for him.
Well,
Shooter now.
this shot on the 9 ball is no easier than the one that he turned down on his first shot. And of course, it's really important that he finds the window to get on the 14.
So this is the bank shot that's used to be easy on a diamond because you just force this shot
And let it flat.
and it lays out really flat.
Yeah, I mean,
It doesn't do that anymore.
if he
You
likes
have
the
to
bank
actually
shot,
shoot the angle.
it's simpler position because he just plays just stop, draw,
Yeah, but you
draw
can't.
back
I'm
ahead.
telling you, you can't do that anymore.
It just doesn't work. What happens? It goes long.
Yep. You can't. Everybody who plays on diamonds knows what I'm talking about, where you just drill it into the rail and it shortens it up by a mile. It won't do that on these new ones. For the one shot you lose, though, you gain about
I'm gonna
200.
experiment with that later to find out. Cutting it into the side.
Yeah, he is putting it in the side pocket.
It's got to. Oh, look at the speed he hit that! Banged it in.
Wow.
And
great shot, Duncan.
Did he plan that kiss on the 2 just like that? Because I mean, if he did, he hit it the right speed. It would be. That's incredible.
I don't know why else he'd hit it like that.
It's really hard, didn't he? Hit that hard.
Drilled it. It's a great shot.
And he knew he was hitting the 2 ball. So no, that's exactly what he was doing. And that shot he hit good too.
Jeez.
That's a replay shot. Game looks easy when you do that.
Oh, I must have missed it.
You got it. Oh, you got them both in the same replay.
Yeah, I was just going to say. We'll watch the whole end of that
How'd
thing.
that work out?
I know, I'll have to ask Chris about that.
So here we go. We're going to replay both these shots. 9 ball. What a great shot. He gets down. How do we get a double?
I don't know. We're going to have to talk about that because I like that.
Something I've never seen that before. Two replays in
Chris
one.
G, you got to be watching. Tell us how we did what we just did because I didn't think that one was possible.
Well, that was 2 great shots in a row.
Must be a replay like being hit again before it actually stopped in the time frame. Would be my guess. What do I know? I'm not the tech guy. 6-4, race to 15. King of the Hill match. Duncan going for his 3rd win or his silver coin.
Now, just see if he catches the second ball full or whether he snicks the head ball.
I think it was full, wasn't it?
It's difficult to tell. I might be wrong. It just feels like he's snicking the head ball.
Here, well, let's take a look.
Can you do it in slow motion?
Yeah, it was head ball. Right?
Nah, watching it that time, I think he just hit the 2 ball full. The second ball full, not the 2 ball, because 2 ball was the head ball.
Well, what has he got? The 11? Kind of
well, if he likes hitting these shots into the side pocket hard, like he just showed, whack this in and draw back and bust the old. But no, that's.
I mean, honestly, if I were him, I'd just keep shooting him in the side.
Oh.
Which I think he's going to continue with right here at the 10 ball. If he makes his ball and cuts it right, he might even break that 13 on the end rail.
What shot are you shooting here? Your 10 ball up the rail, you're saying?
No,
You mean the 12 ball?
Oh, the 12 ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. The one over by the 6.
Sure, yep. Real thin, that is. It's a
Real thin, but
really thin, and the cue ball's flying. So thin that you might not be able to hit those.
Come on, Dunk. I like it. Play it. No, he's not going to.
And, of course, if you do play that, you're really going to be going into the 5 ball.
Well, he's down there, too,
not,
you know.
Not the 7 and the 13.
He's still not convinced that that's not the shot he wants to shoot. I think he's going to shoot it.
It is super, super thin, this shot.
Another reconsider.
Yeah, he's thinking about this
Safety.
cut shot on the 10. No, well, maybe, yeah.
Safety.
I mean, he does have a shot on this ball into the pocket. I don't think this safety is really good, though, because...
What he got to do is get to the backside of the 10 ball.
I guess, yeah, the 9 stops you see in the 2, so yeah, maybe. But the 6, yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, yeah, okay. That'll
Good
do.
shot. I got to work on
Beautiful
that shot.
that
That's the second one he shot like that.
Yeah, should almost replay that one, too. Because that is a good shot, isn't it? Being able to...
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, honestly, it's tough.
Great speed control. But there's nothing easy here for Stripes, or either side really, but particularly Stripes, because that 13 ball and the 15 ball need rescuing somehow.
I'll tell you, nobody's running away with this thing right now. Tim's only down two games. This rack is up for grabs for sure because nobody's taken control yet.
Yeah, and the reason Duncan played safe there is he's not seeing start shooting balls to get to what? Where's your break shot on the 13? So he bumped another stripe down table.
So if you do want to join us in chat too, we do have it turned on to subscribe only. So it's subscribe only mode. So you have to subscribe to be able to chit chat with us here. We do that to keep all the
keep the riffraff out.
Yeah, I mean, really, you end up with way too many spammers and all kinds of nasty sites. So we appreciate the subscriptions also. He's not going to get a rail here.
Get to a rail. Got
Bink.
to a rail.
He's lucky he hit the 15 or he wasn't gonna.
And the 15 was one of those balls that was going to be trickiest to get on, but it goes and he's on it perfect. And he could use that shot to get himself an angle on the 12. It's tough to break those balls from the 12 because the 5 ball's in the way. You kind of have to either hit the 5 or somehow find the gap between the 5 and the 3 if you're going to get yourself. Look, that's what he's looking at right there. He's pointing his cue. He's thinking his second shot. So he's going to look at the 15 right now. And he's looking at that cut shot on the 12 in the side. And the line that he just pointed with his cue is kind of almost goes right to the gap between the 15. Well, he pushed forward there. Obviously deliberately, presumably.
Well, yeah, he's got to try and draw up between the 3 and the 5 here.
Yeah. I was thinking he was going to leave himself more angle and let the cue will have more natural speed.
I don't like doing it with the 9. He's almost got to do it with the 10 and come between. I think that's what he was looking at.
This shot has to be perfect. If he catches these balls, he may be okay if he just catches the 3 ball. He can still go into it, but if he catches the 5, it's all ruined. Look at that. He did catch the 3.
And the 5.
Did keep going.
And he's perfect. I mean, really, it only has one pocket, I think. It only goes over to the 5 ball corner. Upper left.
Might be a kiss off the 7. Looks like it might be a little high.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be the shot is trying to get back on it.
He's taking a good look. Whether he can shoot the 13 into that pocket obviously must be possible, otherwise he wouldn't have spent much time looking at it. So that would suggest
Well, that's going to be a nice angle there if he wants to come back.
to the other side now.
Yep. You can get there, too, on the top side of the 8.
Top side of the 8, what do you mean?
Past the spot.
Okay.
Your angle comes right past the spot. Or you come over tight to the other side rail and play the 14 and come around 2 rails, one of the two. That looks like more what he's... Oh, well, he hit it.
Backwards and forwards to get on the 14 first.
All right. Set for the bank on the 14. Slide up table for the 13 in the other corner.
Yeah, and the question is, does he have any angle on this bank shot to get down table? Sometimes when it's just not sitting right, you end up going to bank this long and miss it to try and get the cue ball down there. Looks like he's cutting it with a lot of outside spin. Oh, what a beautiful shot.
Hit it perfect. And he got robbed. I tell you,
gave it
robbed.
a good chance. You could have hit it much better than that, but didn't work out.
Jeez. Is it this one?
If anybody's watching, just peep in here.
How many
Just
times
say
have I
hi.
told you, don't press those buttons.
That's not the one. I'm looking.
Get ready with the replay
the new
button there
ground.
because he's playing a kick shot. He's called the 13 in the pocket. He's going to go to the rail first.
Well, nice try.
That was a good hit.
Pretty good leave. Is it this one?
Every ball
No, it's not
is
that
a
one either.
rail.
I actually know which one it is now, but I'm not going to push it.
Bit of a challenge here for Solids. He's got possibly a shot on the 4 ball, a long, difficult bridging shot if it goes past the 6. He's not looking at it. Maybe it doesn't go, but he's trying to play it safe. You've got to hit this just right if you don't want to sell out.
Good shot.
Oh, he did do well. That was good. That was good. Very good.
Duncan trying to stay alive. Does he feel like he's got a window there? He's looking.
Wow.
I'd have at least a window to the hit, which would be a bonus. Atticus, how's it going?
I'm going to print a label and put it above that button that says, do not touch this button.
No, it's one of these. I know which one it is now, though. Process of elimination. I figured it out.
So he's kicking behind it to get a good hit. Doesn't get a rail there, does he?
No rail.
Needed to snick it. Surprising shot, that. So he was obviously with that speed.
Oh, man. He hit that ball terrible.
That's the one I was looking
All
for.
right.
That was it.
Taylor Collar.
The commentator.
That's the last thing we need.
All right, so now I'm done. I found the one I needed. I'm not pushing any more buttons.
All right, good chance here for Tim.
Rewarded for his safety with ball in hand.
Yeah, that's right. He did play a good safety.
Sounds like we have some Italians in the house.
Seems kind of awkward, this, doesn't it? I guess he's just going to draw across the face and not kiss any balls, so that's... I take it back. Not awkward. That was good. He's got a little angle on this 7, which, thankfully, he can use that angle to get on either of these 2 balls now. Draw for the 5, maybe.
Oh, boy. Just when you
These
think
tight
he's getting a
pockets.
rhythm, he's starting to get her going here. He's just
Yeah.
going to give this one back to Duncan.
Those kind of shots, you're thinking so much about drawing it. Somehow forgot to aim it and hit at that speed. These pockets are quite tight.
Well, here's the trick.
You
You
need
can
to
think
aim it
about drawing
accurately.
it all day, but the last thing you got to think about is making the ball.
Yep.
Right? That's the last focus you have. It's easy from here, but it's what does it. All right, Duncan taking advantage, taking to 7-4, so a 3-game lead here.
Yeah, Tim's kicking himself now. Still early in this match. There's plenty of time for him to come back.
Oh, yeah, this is a race to 15, and nobody's even halfway home.
But they are a third of the way.
Oh, yes.
A total of 10 games played. A maximum of 29 games. We are well and truly past the third mark.
Jeez.
Right?
Are you still working on how far we are? All right, third mark we are. And we want to appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. We do need you guys to follow, like, share, all that good stuff. And that is what keeps us running for free here. It's a good break. That's probably one of the better breaks we've had for a while.
And he did clip the one ball going through just to snick it. And it was the 5 ball, actually, the head ball. And you can tell because how it just flew out of the rack, like it just cut it that way.
Still got trouble with the 11 ball, so he still doesn't have a wide open rack.
Well, solid's better, right? If you had a shot.
You don't have a shot. Not a good one. Solids are better for that reason, but he's got to figure out how to get that 11 out.
Yeah, so you kind of think maybe some kind of angle on the 10 ball. He might have been trying to get there right now and hit it short. Where he can...
All right, we got a new subscriber. There we go. Jeff Hefter, thank you very much. I expect to see you in chat, letting us know where you're from. No pressure. So you did leave the 10 ball there to get that 11 out.
And like we were saying before, do you really want to leave it to the last effort to shoot the 10 and have to get on the 11?
Well, it wouldn't be a bad shot here to stop it, set an angle on the 9 to try and break up into the 11 off the 9. Because then you still do have the 10 ball down there if you don't push the 11 to a good spot.
Yeah, and of course, let's not forget about the 8 ball for stripes is also a problem. And that's another reason why you might want to leave some of these stripes up here till last rather than take them out.
And he's looking at the other option, which is just shoot the 10 now.
I mean, you don't really want to try and play the 13 off the 5 because that's really missable. To relocate the 5. Almost could shoot the 12 in the side pocket and draw back for a shot on the 9 past the 5 and nudge the 5 out of the way with the 9 ball.
Philip, they are pro cut pockets, yeah. They're tight. They're tighter than they were.
We'll go rail first. I think he wants to move the 5, yeah. Well, it hasn't helped the 8 ball.
Still just keep plugging away here. Draw back off the 9, kiss the 8, play for the 12 in the side next.
If you can get that much.
I think you can if you're not trying to drill it.
This is one of these shots where you try it and then you just sail past without hitting it.
He's not going to do it.
So he's got to leave the 12 till last. He's got 2 key shots here. There's 10 to come off one rail and hit or 2 rails and hit behind the 7 or the 11. He's got a little touch on it. Then his other problem was to do kind of the same thing with the 12 ball to break the 8, but he's got a bit of a problem here.
Just a bit, you say?
Does the 11 sneak past the 7?
I don't think so. I don't even think he's
just roll it past. No, he's not doing that.
I think he's going to just try and sneak in between there, yep, just like that.
Yeah, he's got to a point where he's just got to cause a problem.
Well, and he tied up really shot right on tight to the 7 ball, so Tim's got to go down table now.
Yeah. an advantage solids just because there's more solids on the table. And the 5 is controlling the 8 ball, which is another safety net. Yeah, you know, he can get a good hit on the 6 ball here. And maybe put the cue ball right behind the 8.
He tried. I would put it right behind the 6.
It's not the end of the world either. If the 6 ball hadn't got in there, because of the angle he would have left on the 12, I actually would have given Duncan a chance. But that's not what happened. He's totally eclipsed. Duncan doesn't really want to play off the 11.
Can you hit that slow enough, you think, to kind of just sneak it in right between the 3 and the rail? You know, too tight to the 3 to cut it?
You're saying, do you want to? He's playing a spin shot. He's going to hit rail first, spin into the 11. He's called the 11 ball in the corner. This will be a great shot.
Philip says he's enjoying from a clear. Appreciate that.
Oh, what a shot.
Look at that.
What a shot.
That's a beaut. Now he's got to carry him off the...
What a beautiful shot.
Oh, he would have.
Real fast.
2 got in the way, I think. Yeah. But wow, what a shot that was.
It's not got any easier. But for what it's worth, this was a nice shot.
That's
now
pretty
he's
good
going to try and
safety
nestle
there,
him.
too. Can't hit that much better.
Yeah,
might
he's hit
even
it as good
open
as
up
you
the
can.
8, right?
I don't know if he's opened up the 8, but if Tim can't get to the 2 ball, he's gonna have to play off the 5. So this is risky. As long as he can hook him on that one remaining stripe.
Jeff Hefter, our new subscriber, said he's chiming in from Fond du
Another
Lac.
one where the speed had to be right. You just were scared of not getting to a rail, and you hit it too hard.
I like Duncan here.
Well, there's a
I
shot.
can see
There's a
him
pocket.
making something happen
There's
there.
a pocket there. He whacked that one ball into the side pocket from a thin angle earlier.
Well, if he shoots this as a true bank and he actually...
Oh, bank shot, you're saying?
Well, I think...
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he's going to cut it.
I think bank shot better because of the position.
He's got to be thinking about that one he cranked in the side pocket before, though. He hit that pretty effortlessly. Not sure where he called it, but we're about to find out.
Yeah, he's called the bank shot.
Should take him past the halfway point, so it'd get him to 8 games in this race to 15.
And when playing this bank shot, not only make the ball, but you have to negotiate the fact that you get a good shot on the 8. And the 6 ball is out there, so you can't listen.
Oh.
Played that great.
My God. Perfect shot.
Yeah, and he stunned over, so he took the hooking himself behind the 6 ball out of the equation. So there was no risk of that, doing it the way he played it. Truly, that was a great shot.
True beauty of a bank here.
Really good recovery shot here. Will get himself out of trouble.
Well, he was left that, remember? Tim left him
yeah,
as
right.
a safety.
Yeah, I knew. Yeah, recovery's not quite right because he didn't do that to himself. Great shot.
Yeah, I mean, that's what champions do. You leave him an opportunity, and guess what? He made him pay, you know. And, I mean, the shot before that, Duncan played to get him safe in there and give him kind of the only option is to move the 5 away from the 8. You know, there's just a lot of good play going on there.
Really took away a lot of Solids options. And other than that shot, you know, Solids would have had the advantage just because they had so many balls. But Tim didn't really have a good chance to do anything with it.
Now, that was definitely second ball break, that one.
Yeah, and that's the one that leaves
Take a look at the pop-lock cam.
Cluster in the middle of the table.
For all you pool players that lock your keys in your car, call my buddy Matt. One of our great sponsors we really appreciate. Helps keeping this stuff running. Well, what do you like, MH?
Well, if the 2 ball goes in the side, That might you shoot that. Et voila.
Voila. Now
And
the
what's he
6
on?
off
He's got the
9,
6.
huh?
Look at that. Beautiful 6 ball in the other side pocket.
But no break on the 7. though.
Well, the 4
7.
ball's still down there, so you can roll forward and get a shot on the 4 that can then be used to help the 7. The other thing to consider here is if you shoot this 6 ball off the 9, where does the 9 go? Because he doesn't really want to disturb the 5 and the 8 and the 3, or all just leave them there. And that 9 ball drifting towards him has a tendency to just mess everything up. So you'd almost like to make this clean.
Or just play safe, but he didn't, and he left him the 10 there. Definitely didn't want to do that.
How is he not going to leave him the 10? Absolutely freeze dead
Yeah,
on the 7.
yep, that was his goal.
Had to
I
be an
think.
absolute perfect. It's tough to judge that, isn't it?
Well, and the problem Tim's got is that 9 ball. So he's got to get on one of those balls to play off.
Right, and that's the other reason that Duncan didn't want to bump the 9 ball, is because it is a natural problem. Unless it's so far in that you can whack it. Sometimes you can push that shot through the nose of the rubber, hit the 9 ball full in the face, and just push it through the rubber.
Well, that's going to create a problem. He definitely does not have something nice anymore here. He's got to go for it, shot of the 15, or possibly play safety off the 11 down to the end rail.
Yeah, and that's a shame because for stripes, the way that the 11 and the 3 and the 14 are, that sort of favors stripes.
Yeah.
Because the 3 ball doesn't go, and so if you can play safe without disturbing this, that might be.
He's playing straighter on this than I would think he would. He's playing so that the 3 actually bounces around. Well, he's going to change now.
He might play a kiss shot. He could shoot the 15, and there might be a kiss shot there that you could, instead of playing it straight, you play it off the 7. He's not thinking about it, though. He's called safe. He's going to try and freeze to the backside of the 3 ball.
So that's what I was saying.
Okay. Well, that was clever.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He was playing the 3 around the 14 ball. Would like to come out a little further because he did leave Duncan the shot down the rail.
That was a good, well thought out little shot. That. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Duncan does have a chance to do something with this 3 ball. And Tim would have loved to have just frozen on the 14, but.
Philip, the minimum set amount is $250 for the King of the Hill, the entry fee. It's a 2-person tournament we play here every week on Friday called the King of the Hill. And if you win, you continue to play. If you lose, you go to the bottom of the list, and you can come back and play later.
And that was a good shot from Duncan there. So obviously Tim playing stripes has no problem hitting a stripe, but he's got to get to a rail, which means he doesn't have any simple natural safety shots sitting right there. And the solids are balls with pockets all over the place. So how does Tim hit a stripe, get to a rail, and not sell out?
I don't know. I almost like just drawing straight back here.
Can you play a fairly straight shot on the 14 and then roll forward and freeze behind the 11 like a stun run through, but got to hit it hard enough that the 14 or the 6 get to a rail?
Maybe.
And he doesn't mind if he leaves a shot on the 5 ball because it doesn't really go anywhere. Yeah, there's no rail. That's kind of what he was. Not sure if he got a rail there or not. Did he hit a rail?
Yeah. He did not. Well, Duncan with ball in hand here.
Yeah, and a nice looking layout for the solids. Well, that was good. Round the table. He was probably trying to get on the one in the side, but this is okay in the corner.
Going to come back for the 3 in the same. Yep. Holy cow. I think you stick to playing here. You play the 3. He doesn't like rolling balls, though.
Right.
He likes to hit these balls, so he's going to probably hit this hard. I would just roll this ball pocket speed, bounce off the rail, and...
He likes to hit these balls with authority.
Thank everybody again for joining us here at Mad Apple Xstream. I'm joined in the booth with my good friend M.H. Penglase, and I'm Kendal Koch. Good to have everybody with us tonight. Thank you for all the shares, the likes, the follows, subscriptions.
And I'm never going to get out of this comedy box, am I? You've got a match coming up tomorrow, I understand.
I do, actually. I'm looking forward to that. We can put up the flyer.
Kendal against David Searing for...
David Searing.
How much? $1,000 each or...
1,000 apiece, 2,000 in
each?
the middle. Nope.
Oh, 1,000 each.
2,000 in the middle.
Wow. What time does that start?
Like 2/3 of my pool kitty.
Yeah.
What's that?
What time does that start?
1 p.m. I'll put up the flyer after this.
I'm not going to get anything done tomorrow either, am I?
Oh, yeah. Plenty. It's only it's 9 ball. It's David and I. Race 25. Be over in like 2.5 hours.
I'm going to bring a pillow and a sleeping bag.
2.5 hours tops. We could take the over and under on how long that match is going to go. It's a little tricky.
Oh, I hit that perfect. Look at that.
Nice shot.
Outside English, which is check or kill English off those 2 rails. A sophisticated shot that was.
All right, we're going to take a... no, we wanted the other shot. We are streaming that match tomorrow. That match starts at 1 o'clock. Oh, yeah, I was going to put up the... That's right, I was going to put up the flyer.
So there's that shot. Yeah, on the 3 ball.
I don't know which one it is. I don't know. Is it that one?
So the way to tell if he's hitting the second ball full or whether he's snicking the first ball is to just look at the direction that the 15 takes off. The head ball. If it flies out sideways. Like that. That means he did. And he's probably doing it deliberately. Because they are opening up good, aren't they? Usually you think if you snick the 1 ball, it kind of messes up that second ball break. It didn't make a ball there, though, did he?
Papa Cam. Jeremy Gould saying Duncan wins 15-9 is what he's guessing.
It's time for Tim to take control of this rack and get himself back in this match.
Yeah, that's a good stat, Mike Parker. Mike Parker says, wow, 9-1 in the last 10 games. So Tim has really got to get things rolling here.
Right. He went off to an early lead, didn't he? He won the first 3 racks.
Yep. And then it's been Duncan most of the way.
Well, it must have been 4-1 then at some point. Or no. But yeah, you got one rack after that.
Well, I mean, truthfully, Tim has not been really missing. I can't think of any, like, oh, man, he should have been out there type of racks. I think just a couple of different things not going right.
Yeah. So solids look quite nice and open. You kind of start thinking towards the end of this run where you might leave the 6, the 5 before the 8, and you've got to get nicely on the 5 ball.
Pretty long list for the King of the Hill. Nope, it's really not that long, to be honest with you. I'd like it to be longer.
So he's going to take the 1 and the 3 out first. And one thinks his shot on the 6 ball is a draw shot to get on the 5. And the 8 ball does go in the side, so if he ends up straight on the 5, he's golden.
Well, he's kind of questioning his leave here a little bit.
Yeah, the angle on the 6 is critical, whether he can play a draw shot or it has to be a follow shot.
Well, this is going to be tough from here.
Yeah, you'd like to. Yeah, he's grimacing his face. He tells you he's not too happy. So this is almost like a follow with inside English to stay on that side, isn't it? And
yeah, I
judge the speed, which is always tricky with that inside English.
I didn't quite get it.
And there was a ton. You saw this cue ball spinning like a top there after it bumped the 5. But it didn't really help him. Somehow there just wasn't enough roll or follow on that ball before it hit the rail with the English. So he's looking at this kiss shot, and he really doesn't have safety options here. Stripes is going to win the safety battle if there is one, so he has to really go for a shot here, and it just might kiss right into the pocket off the 14.
Oh, see?
It's got a little gap between the 5 and the 14, so he can adjust it and control it. Getting a shot on the 8 ball after that is, well, isn't this really thin? Cue ball's going to fly. And the 5 ball.
Oh, it's a good effort.
Threatened the pocket.
Jeremy Gould says, I have a good idea of what MH could get done tomorrow before that match.
Well, if I wasn't always in the commentary box. I'm hearing you, Jeremy. I'm hearing you. Well, let's see how Duncan works his way around this. It's one thing to say Stripes has got an advantage.
I think he's going to play safe here pretty quick. I mean, I wouldn't keep shooting balls here.
How does this game...
15.
How do you control this and
tap the 15, leave it anywhere there.
Yeah, if you get ball in hand, then you've got ways to solve it, don't you? That might be the goal, is just get ball in hand. He doesn't want to...
I don't like messing with these two.
I was going to say, he doesn't want to accidentally make this combination. He obviously was aware of that, and he's actually played that good by nudging the 14 in front of the 5. So he played that really well. He really achieved a lot of things in that shot, didn't he? Well, I'm sure he's called the 5 just in case it goes in, but you don't really see it likely going in.
Good hit.
It was a good hit. Got to a rail. Duncan has a lot of good safety options here.
I mean, I don't even know that you play safety here. I think he's got an out.
You don't need to. All right.
There's nothing really blocked, you know.
Right.
think I like shooting the 15 here. Bump the 9 out of there. Just to get one less ball in that corner.
Combination.
He's playing the combination, huh? Oh, you didn't want that to happen.
Oh, it's fine.
It is fine.
Doesn't have to hit this hard. And doesn't want to hit it hard. Oh. He wants a different angle on that 11 ball. On that 13. On this side of the shot, he's on the other side of the line of this shot now. Oh, he's going to leave that ball till last. It's only half a pocket, really, but when you're that close that you're on it, just got to make sure you don't brush the 5 ball. Nice and soft so that it can go into the pocket after, it hits the point.
Yeah, I mean, nice thing here is he doesn't have to hit it very hard.
He did
or
hit
he
it.
could drill it. And
wow.
Perfect on the 8. Good shot. Duncan jumping out to a 10-4 lead here. And, all right, guys, so here is the match tomorrow. This is winner break from the box, 9-ball on the spot, no 9s on the break, 3-foul rule. Race 25, 2,000 in the middle. Myself against Mr. Searing. And it's tomorrow at 1. And we got Chris G and the one and only MH Penglase in the booth. So looking forward to that match. And David and I always usually 50% of the time we're 100% perfect.
50% of the time it works every time.
Little player break, so good timing for that. We can.
So I did ask Tim the same question. Quickly before the match, I said, can you tell me something that people don't know about you? And he said, go ask Lacey. And so I went and asked Lacey, and she said
that he ballet dances.
How'd you know?
I'm a good guesser.
No, he cooking.
Cooking.
He's a good cook.
Yeah.
And I said, what's his signature dish? And I think that must be their son that was with him. And he's like, pizza.
Well, good
and then
pizza's
we're like,
hard to come by.
What else? Eggs. But no, the signature dish, beef with mashed potatoes.
Oh, I see, like a stew on top of a potato.
I don't know.
What do they call that in England?
Shepherd's pie.
Yeah, that's right. Kind of like an American version of a shepherd's pie. Hey, we don't have any of the stats up.
That's right.
Why didn't you do that?
Okay.
So your coffee must be dead.
Yep.
So just take a quick look down our sponsors there. We got them all on the page, so won't read through them all, but we appreciate each and every one of them. As the players take a few minutes to recoup, take a few breaths.
Recoup. That's an interesting phrase, isn't it? Is that a chicken handler's
phrase?
Oh,
probably. Get the chickens back in the coop. Get your money back. Throw them back in there. Kendal, you must be spotting a bunch in that match. No, Dave's not even that much lower in the Fargo than I am. I think it's going to be a good match. I'm just going to keep buying David shots of bourbon. Did you find it? So
should be able to click on this. No.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could, but you can't.
At least I know he's in there now.
Yep, Duncan's in there, and then actually, if you bring up Tim is 79 on the list there. Let's see. Let's go to the room overview. See server Sydney going over to cleaning up after the guys as they take their 5-minute break. Give them a fresh start. There's that new diamond table. Sure is pretty. We don't have the pool room cam anymore. Well, I don't know. I don't take anybody for granted. I've played really well and I've played really bad. I've lost some matches that I'm not supposed to, and won some that I'm definitely not supposed to.
It's easy to lose.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But obviously, anytime you play a match, you think you're the guy that's going to come out on top. So I would be probably lying to you if I didn't think I was going to tell you that I thought I wasn't going to win that match.
I don't suppose
Shouldn't be playing if you don't think you're going to win.
Well, I don't suppose you'd have put up $1,000 otherwise.
No, I said that's 2/3 of my kitty.
That's an expensive cat.
I know it. My wife asked me this morning if I saw the cat bowl. I said I didn't even know he played.
Hey, nice one. High five. Where's the laugh track? You should have a button with the laugh track on it.
All right, we got Duncan back. Now we're just waiting to see if Tim can.
All right, I've finally got Tim's answers to the question.
All right, well, what do we got?
Tim
What's interesting?
Schotz.
We've heard all about Duncan before.
Mosinee, Wisconsin. 50.
Yep. We don't need to know his shirt size. I already gave him his shirt.
Okay. What tip do you use? Kamui, clear, medium. We probably already talked about that. How do you feel about jump cues? Like. He likes them.
Does he?
Yep. How do you feel about template racks? Dislike. Favorite table size? 9 foot. What brand of table do you typically play on?
Oh, they do have a 9 foot at home, I think.
They have a Brunswick at home, 9 foot Brunswick, and then he plays on a Valiant Pool League. Favorite game? 8 ball.
Oh, and it looks like he drinks Michelob Light.
But he chose this the game today.
Yeah, they're playing 8 ball.
And they're playing 8 ball. How did I get started in pool? My family played a lot together when I was growing up. How old were you started playing? 6.
Wow, 6.
44 years.
44 years. It's a long time.
What is your practice schedule? What type of things do you like to work on? I play most days at home. Mix of mock games and drills.
Well, so playing against yourself, basically.
Yeah. Tim, have you ever taken a lesson? I spent a weekend with Jerry Precythe in his pool room getting lessons. It was a long time ago.
Tom McCluskey, yep, we replaced all of the 7 foot tables, so all brand new diamonds, all brand new Super Airmouth Pro balls, brand new racks, brand new cloth, brand new everything.
Brand new players.
Brand new players. Except for Duncan, he's back again. Jeremy, well, I'll just answer that for Tom. Tom never gets a chance to play. He would love to play all the time, but just really can't get around to it, so not really playing his best game right now. Somebody
did you just make that up?
Yeah, right. Yes. No, that's every pool player. They never play.
Well,
see here and there. No, he was a little bit even shorter than I was. Here and there.
Well, here's a chance for Tim. That was a wide open break that Duncan just performed there. Blasted the balls, half the balls up table, but no ball went in.
Well, so let's take a look here from the top. Simonis 860 HR is what we have on the tables.
Affirmative.
Yeah. Well, Tim taking his time trying to figure out what he wants to start out with here. He knows this rack is important. He knows he has to come back from this break strong and get something rolling.
Yeah, and you don't shoot a ball in yet until you figure out what you're going to do with the 3 ball. And the 6. That's why stripes is better.
Oh, 14 is next. So
that's good. That's very good. Does the 10 ball, what do you do with the 10 ball here? You might even, if you don't like setting on it, I mean, I think you can just get on it.
I think you go to the side rail.
If the 8 ball was a cue ball, you'd be able to shoot the 10 right in the side, wouldn't you?
Oh, perfect.
From right about there. That is perfect. Shooting as if the 8 ball was the cue ball. Doesn't have to do too much for position, assuming the 13 goes happily, or maybe he'll end up on the window and shoot the 15. Got a good little nudge on the 3 ball. Didn't sneak behind it.
That was the important part.
And he's
a little tricky here yet, too. I think you just got to bump into the 9 and hope you don't push it into trouble on the 6. I think you just roll up.
I don't know if he has to. I did. Risky.
Risky.
It still goes.
15 come back to the 9 and then the 10.
Yeah, just because he's got that angle on it, you can get on the 9 right away. And then obviously you've got to be thinking about which pocket for the 8 ball. But with this angle, yeah, he's going to get on the 9. Needs to be straight-ish on it, otherwise it's going to be tough getting on the 10 if he's on the wrong side of straight. I think he's okay.
Actually, a really nice angle here, because it's going to leave him a natural angle to come up table between the 6 and the 5 for the 8 past the 7.
Yeah, as long as you don't hook yourself behind the 6.
I don't think he hit it that hard. I think he just tapped this so you barely get to the rail. Well, he hit it a lot harder than I would have.
You can see that was a concern, and he survived it.
The harder you hit it, the more of a concern that is.
Fraction of inside English there, I think, to help him. But it's perfect on the 10.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Well, that tells you
a risky way to go there.
Yeah.
But,
that tells you the 8 goes past the 7. Boy, that looks like half a pocket, but maybe not. Overcut. He needed... No, that would have been a nice run. That would have been good for his momentum. Duncan, of course, is already 2/3 of the way to his target. And Tim had a good chance there. He'd worked himself into position. He'd earned himself a shot on the 8. And yeah, you're right. That shot to get on the 8 was kind of a little weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was surprised he just didn't go one rail.
Yeah, could have ended up really nice on the 8.
That surprised me there, too. He didn't go to the 7 next in the side, but I guess it does go to the corner if you come back around the pattern.
Yeah, and the pattern, of course, you've got that 4 over the side pocket to get you nice and straight on the 3 and the 7. 7's the last ball. I don't really see any reason to leave the 6 ball up there.
I would definitely get rid of it.
Get rid of the 6 and try and get the same angle on the 4.
I don't know.
He's nice on
the 4 to the 6, yeah.
Oh, okay. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, you can shoot the 4 and draw back for the 6, and then you're still good on the 3. Yeah.
Just a lot more room for error in that shot. Although that's probably the worst spot he could be is straight in. He would like to be able to get to one of the 2 rails.
Yeah, and so just concede that you're not going to get close to this. You can get on the perfect line. You want to be straight on the 3, so that means just roll forward a hair. Or stop it right there.
And he hits it just right. It's going to end up a little bit tight to the rail.
I'd like to have been straight on this 3, so I don't have to play this. You got to judge this, don't you? He's punching it so that it hits the 3. He's got to go to the rail and pop back out again. It's quite a thin angle on the 3.
I don't think I'd try and pop out. I think I would just kind of try and stun this ball right like Still tough.
So if it'd been straight on the 3, that would have just been a simple stop shot, wouldn't it?
He's kind of throwing his arm in the air.
Yeah. He's still at the table. It's like... moving the cue ball, and that's just just about perfect.
He just knew that he was going to get some distance away from the 8 ball, so there was a good possibility he was going to end up with a good shot.
It's definitely not the plan. 3 balls before this, that wasn't the plan, but
nope.
Sometimes you just end up where you end up. Duncan with a commanding lead here. 11-4.
Oof is like ope. Where are you from, Philip? I think he said he was from Fond du Lac, so that must be Fond du Lac's ope. Oh, the kid's going over to give him a pep talk, I think. think he just gave him a high
I could
five.
read his lips. He said, "Hey, can you make that pizza when we get home?"
Yeah. Home, nothing. They get to stay in the hotel for free. He already got to go swimming.
No, there's no cooking in the hotel then.
Did Duncan change his shirt? Oh, he must have taken off his outer jacket.
Yeah.
He had a jacket on. He's warming up. He feels the heat. Should have 11. I think he missed his score. Is that right?
It is 11-4, yes. Well, ball's flying into pockets. 8 ball. Oh, no, cue ball.
Is he going to remember to mark that?
I bet he does.
And we're positive it's 11, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely 11.
Yeah, I'm going to mark it for him.
Doesn't that make it confusing, though? What if he remembers, oh, yeah, I didn't mark it, and then goes and marks it?
It just catches him up. It won't.
Oh,
change
his
it
screen
to
still
12.
says 10?
Yeah, his screen still says 10.
It's clever, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't do it. Tim looking to get a little bit more aggressive. Oh, yeah, Claire, that's right. Oof. It's like ope. That's a good shot. Center of the hole.
Wow.
So he got his work cut out for him. He's got to get on this 13 somehow.
Yeah.
I think you got to get over for the 10 here next. Play the 15, kind of sneak in between the 11 and the 10. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that ball gets in there. Truly no idea.
That's going to hurt. And how much is in the middle in this match?
$250 apiece.
Quick check in my calculator. $500.
Very good. Yep, $250. It's either that or $5, depending on the $250 we're referring to.
$250? I ain't got no $250.
I don't know, even your made-up English accent doesn't sound English anymore.
That was South Park.
What? I don't know.
That was Chef from South Park.
Oh, Chef.
Yeah, there's a monster. Well, what did the monster want? He wanted $250. Like $250? I ain't got no $250. So I gave him $1.
So I gave him $1. Nice. All right, Duncan taking charge here. He's going to pocket this 8-ball, get himself to 12. 12-4 lead. I don't know if he's going to catch himself and realize that he's still down a game. We got to tell him before they get to the end for sure.
Just let it go. Have some fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Tim comes back. According to their
That would be
scoreboard,
amazing.
it's 14 to right.
Yeah.
Breaks and runs next. You can go out there and tell him when that happens.
I will. Let's keep it going. I'll do that definitely if he breaks and runs out the set. But worrying times for the Tim Schotz fans out there.
And there's a lot of them, I can tell you. There were a ton of people rooting him on. Just a testament to who he is. He's a nice guy. You know Tim very well?
No, not really.
Good people.
Good people. What is he, schizophrenic?
Yeah. Did Duncan fix it? Yeah. All right, so it does say 12. Good job, Dunk. Oh, saved. Last second, but didn't make a ball on the break.
Another wide open dry break.
Well, I don't know.
Half the ball's up table.
Does he have the 5? I don't know. Can he see anything?
Yeah, he's got to. Combination on it or something.
Yeah, you could probably play off the rail, too, if you really wanted to.
And
you wouldn't have to necessarily.
Because of the 7 and the 1 ball, I might be tempted to hit this one very hard. But every time I said that, he's hit it very soft.
Nice job. So he did play the combination on the 5, so he's made that. And he's just firing.
Tim's obviously a more sophisticated player than me.
He's trying to get something rolling here. I can understand, just trying to loosen up a bit. Either that or he's just completely given up. I've been there too.
It's tough, isn't it? But you know your people are still watching. Don't think about the match. Think about this rack. Show him you can still shoot. Of course, he's got to get back to the table for that. What's NBL?
National Billiard League.
Oh, wow.
It was actually it's kind of a big deal. They ran for a little while.
Billiards as in billiards?
No.
No.
Billiards as in pool.
Oh.
Well, that's a good shot.
Should be MPL then, shouldn't it? It's a good shot, isn't it? But we've got to see something special regarding the 9 and the 15 in a minute. So, looking for a favourable angle on the 15, I think, in the side pocket.
I don't. Yeah, the 11.
11, yeah.
That's
And again, it's one of those ones
I'd
that's
have to
tricky.
play
You can
right
send the
now,
cue
yeah.
ball that way. It's going to collide with the 7 most likely, and then if you don't hit that right, it just doesn't break them out.
I think you can sneak between there pretty easy, actually. I honestly don't think it's that likely he's going to hit the 7.
Yeah, and then if you do, after you hit the rail, catch the back side of the 7, it keeps going that way.
Right.
It's that shot that if those other balls weren't there, you end up scratching. But in this case, you want the cue ball to go that way.
Is he looking to actually play into the 7? Looks like he might be looking to actually kick the 7 up into those balls.
Wow. I mean, what if you leave the stripes there and the 2's still hanging? There it is. Yeah. Catch the back side of the 7 and then keep out that way. So, perfect.
Came out good. The 9 ball he's got, and he can bump the 8 out of the way, play the 15 in the same pocket if he chooses.
Yeah, if that's what he's playing, this kiss has to go just right. Look at that. That's how you do that.
Perfect.
Yep. Duncan's definitely found his mojo and actually found it towards the beginning of this match.
It's a little tough here, I think. Got to be careful you don't get too far for the 10. Yeah.
How's your luck? Oh,
Looks like we're banking the 12.
mistake.
Maybe. I don't know if that even banks on these new diamonds. Well, that's what I was worried about when he was cutting that, just getting a little bit too far and getting behind those balls.
And just when I was saying he found his mojo, and he's definitely playing quicker. And there's one you'd like to
Jump the 2, slide
reconsider.
up table. Bank the 12.
He's already shown us that he saved a rack earlier with a really good bank shot.
Just soft draw out of this. Shouldn't hit this too hard.
And another one.
He got hooked.
Did he?
Unbelievable. Yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
Hooked pretty good, too.
Almost perfect. It's not the same as perfect.
Well, since we got time,
Well, it's a really well-struck shot, this. You feel he's unlucky to be... Yeah. Got the edge of the 2-ball in the way. A sweet little soft massé shot. But it doesn't give you position. Doesn't give you position. But what else are you going to do? You got a better suggestion. He's calling it in the other pocket, so he's kicking it. And this one... Well, I mean, it kind of... If you make the 10, it kind of looks very close to scratching. At least you can't afford to hit this shot with follow. You can't hit it high.
All left.
So yeah, hit it lower. What a brilliant shot! What a great shot.
Making it look easy.
You got another one, Duncan? What? That's a couple of really good shots. He needs one more.
Well, since we have time.
Yeah, what a great shot this is. And yeah, he hit it with draw. There was no chance of scratching that way. Hit the perfect angle. I mean, that was a cut shot on the 10-ball. A very thin cut shot on the 8-ball is what he's looking at to slide it past the 7. Cue ball traveling around the table at 1,000,000 miles.
And I kind of want to watch it from this angle, I think. Oh, man, that was close, though. One heck of an effort.
Yeah, let's watch that one again. I mean, he cut it very thin. I don't think it was quite thin enough. But he might have actually... Oh, yeah, no.
It was close.
The 1-ball didn't hit the 8. I wasn't sure if the 1-ball had redirected the 8 there, but no. So, Tim, still in this match.
Got to do it.
Not taking any time over it, is he?
It's a weird choice. Good shot.
Don't think, just do it.
Looks like what the plan is.
Get this 3-ball in the hole. There you go.
Tap it in, set for the 8 in the side, and you got her made. Finally off of that frozen 4-ball, or 4 game. Getting himself to 5 here. Just pocket this side pocket. And there it is, 5 games. Riley said they're back. Looks like Duncan making a good run of it. Yep. Not so fast, says Tim. I'm getting at least 5. Thanks for all the shares and likes, guys. We do definitely appreciate it. You are watching Mad Apple Xstream here at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company on West College Avenue, Appleton, Wisconsin. Where are you all from? Jump in, let us know.
Going to the other side of the table now.
Scratch in the corner. Came right off the side of that. And he pushed everything to the one side, too. So it's...
I wonder if we get a slow-mo button. We'll talk to Chris about that. So I want to see exactly how he... Did he just follow that in? I mean, it looked like he hit the second ball full.
Well, this is a mess. Duncan's going to look at this for a second.
Yeah. All the balls just drifted over. It's interesting, isn't it? Because he hit it on this side, shooting it that way.
Pick the solids out.
Yeah, actually, there's no solids in that big cluster on the side of the table. It's like almost as if there are no stripes there. You can ignore them pretty much. The 6 and the 7. I would be thinking about shooting the 6 or the 7 first.
That's what I thought, but...
Because how are you going to get on them?
I think they go right in that pocket past the 13. I think all of them go there. 7 might be a little bit tight.
Then you need to shoot the 2 first to get out the way, you know. Yeah, I don't know about the 6 ball past the 13. It's only a half pocket, and if you are going to shoot it, I would have shot it with ball in hand first so I can get really good on it.
It's been some interesting pattern choices, I think. And I'm not, I won't claim to be an 8-ball genius either.
Duncan's great, obviously, but I don't know why you wouldn't have shot the 6 or the 7 first with ball in hand.
You don't want to bump them now.
Right. Any kind of tapping, you're going to get in trouble. He's got to play a really sophisticated shot to get underneath them.
I think you just float over.
Play him the long way.
Yeah. Just hit it light and float over. 6 goes up here in the corner, bottom left corner. You know. You got to shoot the 2 here, right? I think I'm just hitting this ball light and floating over for the 6 in the corner down
here. Goes straight down the stun line. Shoot the 6 ball. It does go past the 13. Now, at least he's thinking about it.
Yeah, you can't.
Boy, I don't like that. That doesn't look good, does it? Maybe it's different when you're at the table, but
it must be because. All right, so he settled in on the 2. He's trying to decide, or he's decided. We'll see what he's decided. He decided to miss. It's going to be an easy safety here for Tim, I think. Even if you leave him a contact to the 6 and the 7, it's not going to kill you. Just can't leave him a shot at the 4.
Yeah, and when you're doing this, you'd like to, if you can risk it, give these balls enough of a bump where some of them free up. You don't really want to just leave them all on the side of the rail here.
Yeah, I think it is hard. Did he hit a rail? It must have. Duncan's
yeah, I mean, the stripe must have just automatically gone to the rail, but you got a replay there, huh?
Yeah.
Well.
Wish I would have had a different angle up, but it's not going to matter after this. But here, let's look at Tim's real quick.
Yeah,
15 went immediately to the rail. I must have blinked. I mean, now it's definitely advantage stripes, I think.
Yeah, it's not that bad, is it? If you can... You've got that 13 in front of that corner pocket, too. Get the 9 ball out of there.
That's a great shot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was smart, too. He didn't leave him out. I mean, there was no shot there for him.
And he's left himself a chance to get out.
No, I kind of missed it.
Combination. Because he felt that gave him a chance for these stripes to open up a little bit. It's a tester of a shot. Yeah, his body language says he didn't think it was going towards the pocket.
Well, now he's left himself in trouble because
the 6 ball goes a long way, doesn't it, past the 14?
Yeah, I think so.
If he can get underneath it with this 4 ball.
It's almost a perfect angle. A little bit of left here. Get to the end rail just a bit. Yeah, it's a good shot. Maybe a bit further than you would have liked, but still going to be okay here. tap this ball in, center ball, bump the 7, you'll have the 2 next in the side.
Yeah, you want to push the 7, towards the middle of the table.
He hit that harder than I would have thought he was.
I would have rolled it more gently.
Yeah, I thought he was going to.
The 7 did end up in the middle of the table. The cue slided across, but the saving grace is the 7 is cuttable now on the side.
Still watching from Whitewater. We got Leesburg, Florida. I was just down in Florida. Tom Bone. We were by like Clearwater. I don't know if Leesburg is anywhere near there. And Stratford, is that Wisconsin? Must be, huh?
Stratford upon Avon.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't even know what you said.
That's Shakespeare's storming ground.
I think you just stop this ball. Shoot the hardest shot in the 8.
It's got a bit of an angle there, and just draw it. Oh no, it doesn't go past the 11's in the way. Yeah. It's tough,
I think you just kind of hold it.
Well, you can't really hold it. You just have to concede. You're going to be drifting away from a good line as soft as you can, but I think it's better to hit it hard and go to a rail or something. Look at that draw shot.
Zing, zing,
wow,
zing.
Look at that. That's awesome.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Nice shot.
Yeah, that was lovely. You know, it's not a gimme on the 8, but he's definitely got himself in a position where he's got a good chance. Yeah, beautiful. Nice draw shot,
this draw shot. Kind of should have been on the other angle, but if you watch on the overhead on the other side, you can see it come around nice. Well, I'll tell you, Duncan's kind of putting him down here, 13. Stratford is west of Mosinee. Okay, so probably rooting for Tim.
Right, that's where Tim's from, isn't it? Mosinee. So this is one of his homies.
One of the homeboys checking in.
Well,
Duncan moving way over on this break.
Yeah, well, he's going back to the second ball. He was, for a moment there, going to do something else, but... Head ball break.
And nothing.
And it's tough at this stage in the match when you're down like this and you had moments where you played some good shots and showed that you could be dangerous, and just somehow the match has slipped away and you're well behind. And then you're left with a complex position and a decision to make. Can you still think clearly? Do you have the will to work your way through this? And sometimes your mind clouds over and you don't have an exact plan, but you still got to shoot a shot. And then that happens.
Yeah, and then Duncan's job right now is to turn the knife.
Yeah.
You never want to give anybody hope, because all these players can play extremely well when prodded the right direction.
He may not have won a lot of these games, but he has shown that he you know, especially when he started out this match, he was playing really good sort of pinpoint position, picking stuff off, not rolling the dice, just choosing a good route. So he shows us he knows what he's doing.
Sean, don't quote me on this, but I think Duncan ran out one from the break.
Yeah, we should be keeping stats. You know, we don't have to keep all the stats. We were trying to keep too many stats before, but that's one that would be easy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think it's really easy. I think Duncan ran one from the break.
Okay. That's it?
I think so. I think that's what we've had, yeah. I think that's a question. Travis, yes, I am extremely excited for Moscone. I love watching it. I think it's one of the premier things that kind of bond us together and everybody gets excited, you know.
I'm going to be rooting for the Americans this year. Same as last year.
Yeah.
There's no English players.
Not a single one.
On the Moscone Cup team.
Jeez.
And
they probably just all have way too much information, so they don't want
like to root for the underdog.
Well, that they are. Obviously, one of Wisconsin's very own, Tyler Steyer, playing in that tournament.
Yeah. So he's going to be forced into playing a long bank shot, I think. Combination.
Yeah, it's still a mess. 5 goes off 13. I mean, you're hoping here, I think. Combination, draw around, try and break it right now. That I like.
Wow.
Just drill this shot.
Yeah, it's a pretty big pocket, isn't it? For that 6 ball. That's exactly what he was doing. He could have used a friendly little tap on the 2 ball there.
Anything, yeah.
Got another combination. But what chance have you got? What about the 2 ball off the 11?
Yeah.
Right?
That's just my job, Travis. That was nothing personal. So, yeah, don't count all the mistakes I make because there's multitudes. But he said he took off the entire week to watch Moscone Cup.
Wow.
It's dedication. Honestly, it's what our sport needs, truthfully.
Look at that shot he played there. Okay, didn't really threaten making that ball, but he did draw back and get good position on the 2. Which doesn't do you much good if you don't make a ball.
I can
tap the 2 and the 10. Bang, just like that. Unlucky.
I can tell you this.
Do it again now.
Our sport has more pettiness in it than almost any other sport I think I ever watch out there. If we want to wonder what some of the problem is, just all the pettiness in our sport. I mean, we got a brilliant sport, and we sit here and some of the crap that goes on. You don't see that in golf or rarely anyways.
Well, the golf world is ripped apart right now with that new league threatening the PGA because there's so much money in it.
Well, and you think about what that means. I mean, so much money in that league. Holy cow, look at the money that was in PGA. They already started from a position 1,000 times higher than the billiard world.
All right, Tim, you got yourself in position here. Got to find a way to get back down on the 8 after these 2 stripes.
JJ Mady saying he got to shoot Duncan years ago, 20-some years ago. Raced 5 after alternate break. Broke dry twice, lost 2-5, with all 7 games being 8-ball runs. The way 8-ball is played.
All right. He's got himself a good angle. He's a long shot.
I'm pretty sure I would have played this different position.
Well, he's guaranteed that he's got the right angle to drift over.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Put it down. Just caught the outside edge of the pocket. Made it look easy. Or actually wiped its feet on the way in. But
the 8-ball went straight in the heart of the hole.
Key word is
heart of the pocket.
In. What else you got there?
Well, I was just scrolling through the player questionnaire for Tim, so we can learn a little bit more about him. Mental tools you use under pressure, Tim. focus on one shot and one game at a time. And now what an apt moment in this match to focus on that. Don't worry about trying to win the rest of this set quite yet. Let's focus on this one rack and this one next shot.
Let's take a look at a little bit about Tim. Fargo is 627. He's 50 years old. He's from Mosney, which we talked about. He plays with a Jacoby and a hybrid shaft. Kamui clear medium. 44 years. He plays since he was 6 years old, apparently. And favorite game is 8-ball. Favorite player, the one, the only, Earl Strickland. Most interesting drive to Milwaukee I've ever had is taking him to catch his flight in Milwaukee.
Yeah?
Got to spend 2 hours in the car with him at 6 o'clock in the morning, chit-chatting about Earl and his life.
Did he wear his mask the whole way?
He did, yeah. It was definitely COVID times.
I remember when he and Johnny Archer were here, played that match in the back room. He was the only person wearing a mask.
Holy cow, Larry Dasso says he sees a hill match.
Yeah, you want to bet on that, Larry? Let's
find
out how confident you are.
Yeah.
Duncan has a chance to get on the hill right here.
He says, by the way, actually BS, he says I'm Tim's favorite player. Yeah, I think Duncan is definitely out of this rack. I think he's going to... Only trouble that's possible is getting off the 2 into the 1.
Yeah, and because the 4-ball goes past the 2. Well, it doesn't matter now.
Yeah, now he's sitting perfect. Why?
Not quite perfect. He's
actually,
slightly on the wrong side of this line on the 2-ball. And the 14 stops you going to the end rail simply.
He's got it
just draw straight into it.
Pocket.
Oh, no. Oh, that's a sophisticated shot, isn't it?
Look at that shot.
Stun and spin around the rails.
I like that.
And it looks easy, doesn't it? Just pop it in and get on your next ball. But
was easy.
He played that really well.
With authority to take him to the hill here, I think.
He's playing with great authority.
What's with the South Park references tonight? Tons of them. WMPS Wisconsin will streaming. We hope for Hill, I'm assuming. But guess what? Duncan going to say different. He takes it to the hill. 14 games to 6. Tim Schotz hanging on by a thread. Thank everybody for joining us tonight. We do appreciate it. You guys must have been sharing the heck out of this thing. We got lots and lots of likes, follows, and subscribers tonight, so thank you guys so much for that. So, guys, make sure you tune in tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We've got a $2,000 match. I'm actually playing against David Searing right here. Winner break, 9-ball on the spot, break from the box, no 9 on the break, and 3-foul rule. It's 1 o'clock tomorrow, and we got Chris G. and MH Penglase, the one and only, going to commentate that speedy match to 25.
3-foul rule's interesting. Doesn't come up much, does it? I hope it does.
The last 2 tournaments I played, and now this is coming from a guy that never plays safety. That's a good break. I won 3 games, 3-foul in the last 2 tournaments that I played.
Wow, that's a lot.
2 in one match. My kids taught me a lot about safety, so.
What you told the guy, you're on 6 fouls now.
Yeah, that's it. 6 fouls, 2 games. Let's see. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you very much, Todd. Appreciate that. See, Dassau, I was looking on the bright side. He said at this point he's half right about the hill match.
Because one of them's going to be on the hill for sure.
Yeah, Duncan's on the hill right now. Correct. 50% of the time. Every time. Is he playing the 2 here?
1 ball. That's the yellow one.
I thought he was banking the into the 10-2. I like that shot.
Yeah, I can see why you might think about that, because just to open it up. He's on the 7 nice, isn't it? You couldn't hope for a better shot if you want to play the 7 in the side or in the corner.
That was pretty slick there. Now he's got a break shot to the 2.
Do you just try and follow forward and 2 rails and hit the 2 here? Or 1 rail?
Well, I mean, the problem is you don't really get anything out of it.
Hit it really hard. Yeah, you really can't, can you?
I don't know. I guess I don't mind playing the bank into it off the 4. So roll up lightly.
The what?
Play the 4 ball bank. 4 bank into the 10.
Oh, you're banking onto the combination.
After the 6. Yeah.
Right. It's not terrible, is it? You still got to roll the dice a little bit with your position, with all those balls, all the moving parts.
WMPS. I mean, you are just showing your age right there. Texas Express. I don't even know what the difference is in that game anymore. Do you remember?
Texas Express.
Yeah, I haven't heard that term.
I think
in
Texas
forever.
Express, yeah, they used to call it that, is basically the base. It's almost pretty much the same as what we play now with ball in hand. Because it wasn't always ball in hand, was it, in 9 ball? And Texas Express specifically is ball in hand.
I guess I just remember I was asking Texas Express.
Yeah. Yeah, when I first came to
Rolling Star,
Wisconsin.
you can come down and watch that match tomorrow, or you can actually watch live on the stream because it'll be on.
Does anyone know, is there a difference between Texas Express and the BCA ball in hand rules that we play these days? I feel like it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know that there's...
But back then it
I
wasn't.
think it's kitchen rule, though.
It wasn't everywhere, was it?
Kitchen rule on the break? Or maybe that's what made it Express. Yeah, I don't remember. Who knows? Somebody say.
I mean, there was a version of 9 ball where it was more like rotation, where you play push outs sort of at any time, and you didn't really have ball in hand fouls.
Oh, I think the main difference is 9 on the break counts.
So basically the same game then, isn't it?
That's a, yeah. Rule difference, I'm not sure.
All right, Tim, come on now.
Well, the 9 on the spot, that's the biggest difference, I think, that there is in that match from a normal match. That's a totally different animal when you move that rack up like that. It's funny.
Oh, the position of the rack,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 9 was in the... And everybody was just whacking the break as hard as they could. And then goes. It's good.
Texas Express is all slap counts. All 9 ball.
Yeah. So Tim's left himself a challenge here. If he wants to not lose this match right now, he's got to do something special right now. Now, what exactly that means, answers on a postcard, please.
See, I like this shot. Just come off the side of the 12, push it over to the side pocket, try and draw it far enough over that you don't leave him the 5 ball cut.
So what, you're playing safe?
Yeah. Set the 12 over. He's going forward, though. That's weird.
It's as good as you can get.
Same
really.
idea.
Gotta hit a rail.
Oh, he didn't. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because the 2 ball was frozen, so it wasn't selling out completely. Not hitting a rail pretty much does.
Yeah,
We're now going to find out if we like this 2-10
you
combination.
got to hit it opposite.
And the 4 ball has to pop out and not get buried.
Well, he's glancing off the inside of the 4.
It's nice that the 5 ball's sitting there, so he's got a position on a ball after this. Just got to make sure the 4 ball pops off the 10 and heads far enough towards the middle of the table that it clears all the obstacles.
I think you hit this fairly firm, actually.
Yeah, the last thing you want is for the 4 ball to sort of just be nestled and stay down here.
Is he doing that?
Kiss shot. Because this way he controls where the full ball goes.
Yeah, but that was the issue with that.
Wow. Hit the wrong side of that combination. Threw it out of the pocket.
Didn't hurt him too bad. He almost put the 4 in a bad spot, but not quite.
Yeah. And the only way for this to really work out, yeah, you can snick the 10, you can make the 2, but the cue ball then has to find its way to freeze behind the 12. Otherwise, you've left just an easy shot on the 5.
Hey, I got to eat too. Good luck tomorrow, Kendal. If you win, all proceeds back into the stream. Holy cow, who do you think pays for this thing to begin with?
And he's giving himself a chance there. But no, he's on the 5. He was asking a lot. There was a lot to do on that shot if you wanted to get it safe.
I mean, the 8 doesn't go.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's still chances here. But if that 4 was just a little bit not able to go in the side pocket, I think this would be a lot tougher. But I think you're going to see Duncan just slam down table here. Perfect angle to roll up 8 ball in the same corner you just shot that last ball in.
Oh, yeah, that's... Has he gone past straight?
I think he's perfect.
Yeah, and if he did, then that was a really good shot
Only
that he just
chance
played.
that Tim's got is behind the 10.
No, Duncan played that really, really well. That was an awkward lay, but that first shot made this run look easy.
And there it is, folks. Duncan remains king. Silver coin awarded.
Well,
let's take a look at his last 2 shots here.
Dominant performance from Duncan there. We have to respect his authority.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely played well. He picked it up in the end. Well, we didn't quite get the last one.
Poor old Tim didn't quite fire on all cylinders, and I know he can do better than that, and he's going to wish he had some of those shots back.
All right, and one more time, we'll just throw this up here. That's tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock. Make sure you guys come check it out. Great shooting today by these guys. Duncan, silver coin. Now he's got, 7 to go, so he can get his gold coin.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, 7 to go. But
how many times do I have to be in the commentary box before I get one?
A coin?
Yeah.
No, you got to win.
Ow.
Even just one.
Ow.
So, well, I want to thank all you guys for joining us. It was a lot of fun tonight. It's always fun to watch Duncan go at it. And Tim came in, gave her a run. Started out strong, 3-0.
Yep.
Just
downhill from there.
Yeah, let it get away. Thank you guys. We do appreciate it. Make sure you guys stop in tomorrow. Check it out at 1 o'clock. And hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you guys have a good night. And see you tomorrow.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, MH.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Always.